Hello, my name is Tracy James, and welcome to Off My Shelf, a podcast about movies that are, well, off my shelf, where we go through my DVDs and talk about the movies in my collection. In this episode, Sean Archer returns to chat about Alien Apocalypse and Alien vs. Predator, aka AVP. Welcome back.
Thanks. I was hoping you would say returning champion since you're such a big Jeopardy fan.
Returning champion.
Yeah.
Maybe I should use that next time. You're like, you won! You've won a chance to be back on the show, but, yes. Yes.
Yes, by popular demand, your fans wanted it.
Yes, no. You're like the Ken Jennings of the podcast.
Yes,
something like that.
But way dumber.
Or what's the guy who won this year's tournament? Buzzy? That's the guy who won this year's Tournament of Champions?
Was he the one who would jump around the board and you hated him?
No, that's the weird Asian. No, this guy would he was a dapper gentleman. He dressed in these perfect suits and had perfect hair all the time with glasses. Yeah. He was very entertaining.
Just like me,
Yeah, just like you, definitely. No sarcasm here, don't worry. So I thought this was a great episode for you to do because I know how much you enjoy some pretty bad movies.
I love bad movies.
And Alien Apocalypse is probably the epitome of, well, I guess Plan 9 from Outer Space is the epitome of bad movies, but this comes kind of close.
Yeah, it's not like a Sharknado where they're not trying. Like I think they actually were trying.
Oh, in this movie, yes.
And boy, did they fail.
They failed,
which I loved.
Yeah, but they failed miserably. Like this is not even like B movie status. Yeah. This is like F and Z movie status. Like it's kind of like I found it legitimately difficult to sit through the movie.
Oh, see, I didn't. I had a glass of wine or beer with me, and I was laughing the whole time.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple. It dragged in some parts. But yeah, I really liked it.
No. There's a certain point where I can't accept a certain level of badness that just I'm like, no, this is not a thing that works.
You didn't love all the bad wigs?
No. Oh my, what was like the guys with the beard that clearly had like fun fur stuck to their face?
Yeah, they did not even try.
They didn't.
And I think the same wig was used on different people. Like
I think
not in the same scene, but they had like 10 wigs and oh crap,
And I also actually think some of the people that were there were like show up later but with like out their beard and stuff as like prisoners and whatever.
Yeah, they took their really fake beard off.
I wouldn't be surprised. So this is one of the few times I'm gonna do this because Alien Apocalypse is one of those movies that even Sean had never heard of when I had mentioned it. And it is a movie that stars Bruce Campbell, B movie royalty, about an alien invasion on Earth. And he's out to save humanity. The Earth has been taken over by these termites, aka mites, that people have to rebel against and haven't for some unknown reason. Yeah, I don't even think there really isn't. There's no deep thread. There's no political
the most important
correctness.
Part, though.
What?
Bruce Campbell and his crew have been in space for 40 years.
40 years.
For some reason, they didn't really explain it very well.
Well, yeah, they said they literally just said, we were on a deep space mission and we've been in cryostasis for 40 years.
So I think they went deep into space and then came back and then woke up.
Something. I don't know. But they also mentioned that they passed the alien ship on the way to Earth, and weird. We're like, oh, that's what that was. And I was like, what? Is that your reaction? Like, I don't...
Well, they never seemed to really... It never really blew their mind that there was aliens on... Giant termites on the planet that speak like weird little children. I don't know how you describe how they talked.
Well, they definitely had a syntax problem. Yeah. But it was just kind of dumb overall.
Yeah, the whole movie was dumb.
Yeah. What blew my mind was the animatronic alien.
Yeah.
Like they must that must have been half their budget. Just that one.
I don't know what you call that. It wasn't CGI, I don't think, or it was a mixture of 3D something with.
Well, no. Okay, so
so strange.
You had the DVD. I lent you the DVD, and on it there's a special features behind the scene, and in that you actually see the fact that they actually built a full size model that moved and clawed and everything, and they only built one of it, and they used it in different scenes.
That makes sense.
But when the alien was actually in motion or from the distance, they used CGI for some reason. Okay.
Really bad CGI by
and it was so bad. It was so bad.
It was so clunky, and it didn't move like a real living thing would.
Yeah. And this movie came out in 2005. I mean, it was relatively easy to do okay CG, even like on a home computer at that point. That would have been better than this, you know. So I don't know who they paid to do that. Probably like the director's cousin or something.
There's a great scene near the end where they're being showered with arrows from the rebellion, and it's just like 10 aliens just standing there, and then every once in a while one of them would fall over, or one of them get hit in the head, and then the other one's just like they're not reacting. Like, anyways, I loved it.
Yeah, they don't crumple. Nope. They just like tip over like you pushed over a book off a shelf or something. Like it was. I was like, really, guys, come on.
They're the worst aliens I've ever seen. Exactly. There's no reason these things would have taken over Earth.
What? That's the funny thing. So there's the scene where Bruce Campbell and oh my god,
Renée
O'Connor, aka Gabrielle from Xena. What? They escape the camp and they just like stab the guy with like a pencil, I think, and he dies. Like he is dead.
Everyone's like, oh, you can kill them?
Which makes no sense. No sense at all.
Apparently in the 20 years that the aliens have taken over Earth, everyone's forgotten everything. Like that you can kill these things. Yeah. That what a handshake is, what a doctor
is. And I was just like, people don't forget things in 20 years.
No.
Like, what?
Especially when there's like 40 and 50-year-olds in the
Yeah, like these they weren't all 15-year-olds or whatever. Like they killed out all the adults and kept all the babies, and then those babies are the slaves.
No one knows what a doctor is. So most people are 20 to 40 in the movie, I'm guessing.
Yeah, like they're old enough to have known what that is. Yeah.
It was really
and then didn't they ask him like what an astronaut was at some point as well or something? And I was like, you're not even trying.
Yeah. Well, the handshake one was a funny one, I thought.
Yeah.
I guess when the aliens take over, the handshake just dies out.
They're like, well, because they were eating fingers.
Oh, that's true.
You know, you put your hand out to one of those things, your fingers are gone.
Oh yeah, so if you escape the lumber yard, which is their prison camp, which we should get into later, they cut off your fingers, and I guess they eat them.
Yeah, but like they fed them. Yeah. I don't know.
But then Bruce Campbell and Gabriella. Is it Gabriella or Gabrielle?
It's Gabrielle.
Gabrielle, sorry. When those two escape, no repercussions for her when she gets caught.
No, she does. She was because when they come back and rescue her and she waves, her finger's missing.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, she loses a finger.
But the movie never addressed it, right?
Not directly. No, like the only thing she waved at him and you could see the finger is missing. They never actually like talked about it, but it was there. It showed that she did.
Pretty much when she gets recaptured from their daring escape, you don't see her much.
No,
until Bruce Campbell comes back.
Yeah. So okay, so that whole thing is weird, right? So when they crash land their ship, they reach Portland, okay, which is in Oregon.
I know what you're gonna say.
Which is on the far west side of the country.
Yeah.
Okay. They are on their way to find the president to save everybody because he apparently has a militia to save everyone. He's in the Catskills Mountains.
Yeah.
So I'm horrible at geography.
Yeah.
But I was still like, I don't think that's right.
He didn't travel for weeks on foot to find it. Yeah.
I actually did the math on this.
Oh, you did? Nerd.
Okay. Well, it's called Google. Thank you very much. It works. I even said
you don't
Google.
Use
Bing? Nobody uses Bing. No, it's fine. Bing. So apparently that is 2,840 miles.
Oh.
And according to Google, that'll take 40 days to walk, and that's no stopping, no sleep, right?
Okay.
So that's approximately 3 miles an hour you're walking.
Yeah.
But I decided to break that down. So if you walk, let's say 10 hours a day, right, in total, the rest is like sleep and breaks and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So that you get 30 miles a day. That's 95 days each way walking. I don't think he was gone for 6 months.
No. It made it seem like a week tops.
Not exactly.
Barely that.
Oh, I was like, no, this makes but I mean, he's in Portland. Like they could have said, I mean, the Rockies are a little bit further, but like they could have. That would have made some sort of sense if they were like in the Rockies or something.
See, I didn't actually even pick up on the Catskills thing, so I just thought there's mountains near Portland that they went to.
No, he specifically said, like at the beginning, they say, "Isn't that Portland? Isn't it in the middle of a forest or something?" And he's like, "It's right there." So they were in Portland, and then they're like, who does he bump into? Oh, they bump into somebody, and they say the president's in the Catskills.
Well, yeah, he bumps into the fisherman guy.
Yeah.
Then he bumps into the deformed guy. Who everyone's really mean to for no reason. Like
because he's got like spina bifida or something. And
remember when the dwarf guy brings them all to the president's cabin, which is it's supposed to be a bunker, but there's a senator who's this old guy in a suit. He's so mean to the dwarf for no reason. I thought that was really funny. Yeah. He's just like, get out of here, you piece of filth.
Yeah, but he's the one keeping them alive because he's the one who goes out and gets them food and makes sure nobody finds them and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. I have no idea. And the president, like he's George Bush or something, was just at home painting.
I was surprised like, he was the actor Jason something. I've seen him in a lot of other things. Was he actually like a thing? Yeah, well, I mean, even in the beginning credits, it said and guest starring. I can't think of his name, but yeah, he's actually he's a decent actor. I've seen he's been in a lot of things, which I can't think off the top of my head right now. But I was like, oh, he's in this.
Oh, they must have been really like, we just need somebody, and this guy's probably broke.
They blew all the budget on the Mites animation and him.
And him. Like, you're getting 30% of our budget. Oh my god.
And Bruce Campbell's probably booze budget.
His name is Peter Jason.
Peter Jason, that's it. And what's he from? Like, why do I know him?
I don't know. I didn't recognize him.
Like, what's his main 3 IMDb?
Well, he was in 48 Hours. He was in They Live. He was also in Mortal Kombat.
Wait, the first Mortal Kombat?
Yeah. Oh. He was also in Escape from LA.
That's why I know him. Okay, I love that movie. Sorry, that's okay.
Okay.
That's why I know him.
You're supposed to love Escape from New York. Escape from LA is...
I love LA.
Brutal.
Anyway, so we don't save that for what your Escape from LA podcast. You don't want to, do you?
No.
All right, I'm gonna sneak it in there on a birthday present or something.
Okay.
I want to talk about it. I know that's cheating, but
I know it is cheating.
Mad Max Fury Road and Escape from LA.
Oh, God. We're just gonna sit here and argue. That's all that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So now, like, I didn't recognize him at all, and I was just like, okay, it's that guy who sort of looks like he should be a better actor than he is.
Yeah.
But that's about it. He did have a proper presidential look, though.
Well, he was clearly only there for a day, maybe 2 days of shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was barely, like, he had one scene in the bunker.
Yeah, but he was part of the rescue, though. And
yeah, and he's part of that really quick rescue. Yeah. You know, get 5 scenes in and I'm out of here.
It's like, am I done? Can I go now? Everything's fine? Great.
Yeah.
Out. But yeah, but that whole thing, though, when he reached the president and, like, they've been in that bunker for, like, 20 years and they're all just lying on the ground and stuff. And
the president's painting. And the bunker doesn't look that disheveled. Like, they don't look that... They look like they just... they're hungover. That was it.
Yes, like, they had a really big party and, you know...
They were wearing the same clothes for 20 years, apparently.
Yeah, like, that's one of the...
Unless they brought all their suits with them to this...
That's one of my notes. I'm like, everybody must reek.
Oh, yeah. Even Bruce Campbell and Gabrielle, they're wearing the same NASA white outfit, where it says space probe. What did it say?
It says space probe on it, yeah.
Did they actually put their... Like, I don't know if you know this. Did they put their mission names on their...
I think so. I actually think they do.
And they just called the mission Space Probe.
They're not that creative all the time.
No, just like the writers of this movie. Not try very hard.
Not at all. And I think it's hilarious that right at the beginning. So when the ship first crashes, there's 4 astronauts. One's a Latino woman, one's a black guy, and then there's Gabrielle, and then there's Bruce Campbell. Within 5 minutes, guess who dies?
Oh, and her leg's broken, the Latina woman.
Yeah, so she's too slow. They just shoot her.
Yeah. The slavers, what do they call them?
Mites.
No. So there's the mites, the aliens, and then
there's the humans that are.
They have the humans that work for them, and they're, I guess, slavers and bounty hunters.
Well, yeah, because they go out and hunt people down to bring back as slaves, and maybe that's why they killed the black guy, because they're just like, that's politically incorrect.
I think he was the only black guy in the movie too.
Yeah. So wait, what's more politically incorrect then?
I think he just wanted to be out of the movie.
He's like, I can't do this.
And he had a great death too. The mites, it's a delicacy to eat human heads, so they just really badly CG their head over the human head, and then you see their necks have a human
like a bite mark out of it, like it's a cookie.
Yeah,
and they fall over.
And then blood spurts out, and then you see the mites, and there's a head in their neck, and then they go. They do it like 3 or 4 times, and I was like, yes, every time.
So bad.
It looks so bad. I kind of wish we watched this together, actually, next time.
Oh, no. I would have just been sitting there going, oh, my God. And you'd be like, this is hilarious.
Wait. The question I'm wondering, I think everyone else is, why do you own this? What bargain bin did you find this in? Or
yeah, that's probably what... It was probably a bargain bin. I wouldn't be surprised. And I probably, like you, saw Bruce Campbell. I was like, oh, I should check it out.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm not... Like, I don't mind... There's a certain level of bad movie that I accept.
Yeah.
And a lot of them happen to be Bruce Campbell movies, right? Like, I like Evil Dead and, Army of Darkness.
But there's lots of good...
Bubba Hotep and all that kind of stuff.
They're well directed, and even Bubba Hotep's a pretty good movie.
Yeah, they've got pretty high production
movie,
quality.
but it's really good.
Yeah.
I mean...
But Evil Dead, for example, it's crazy low budget. The special effects are... They're practical effects, but they're very cheesy effects.
They are,
but it works.
For the time, they were really good.
Yeah, and it works, right?
Oh yeah, I love that. I love all 3 of them.
But this movie's at a level so low that I'm just like, I can't do this. I probably bought it, watched it once, and I was just like, why? And just put it on the shelf and left it there.
Do you remember any of it? Were you watching it?
I remember like minor parts of it. I remember the aliens were bugs.
Yeah. And
I didn't remember the whole looking for the president thing. Yeah. I didn't remember any of that stuff.
When you first see the aliens, I burst out laughing. It was so funny. It was so bad. I also like that they're in a camp, and it's a lumber mill because they're termites
and they
want lumber. Wood. So basically, what Bruce Campbell and Gabrielle have to do is move lumber from one pile to the other. That's all you see them doing.
Yeah, which makes no sense. Because they actually didn't show anybody. There was no showing of people cutting down trees, taking bark off of trees, nothing like that. They were just piles of 2x4s in large lengths, moving from one pile to another. And you're just like, but what are you doing exactly? Like, it just made no sense.
It made absolutely no sense.
No.
And they clearly must have just gotten like, okay, there's a lumber mill we can rent out for a couple days.
So the aliens now eat wood.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah. Okay. Make them termites.
Yes.
Done.
But for some weird reason, they eat people's fingers and they eat their heads, not the rest of the body, just their heads, and wood. Yeah. It's a strange combination of food.
But they're bringing the wood back to their home planet, so that makes sense.
Oh, so maybe maybe they were transferring it to a thing that actually carries it somewhere, but we never saw any.
They didn't have the budget for that.
No, but they had a budget for a tank, the CG tank at the end.
Oh, it was great. So basically, the tank shows up, the door opens up, 6 to 8 of these things walk out, immediately die from arrows. Then
another set come out.
Wait, don't the missiles happen first?
Oh yes, the missiles happen first.
These little the windows at the side open, and these crappy CG missiles shoot out. And when they hit the lumber mill, so they don't actually blow people up. They hit lumber, and then lumber falls on people. I think it happens 3 times where it's like the person screaming, and it's like and then the lumber crushes them.
Yeah, they couldn't afford the people being exploded. Yeah. It just looked like a lot of people threw dirt at them when something exploded close to them. Yeah. The thing is too is like you never actually saw the wood hit anybody.
No.
It was just them going and then the wood falling, and then you had to piece it together. And then for some reason more things came out of there.
Yeah, well, that's right. Yeah, they blow up the lumber mill, and then I think 5 or 6 more come out. There's more talking, like surrender humans, and like. Oh
yes, yes they do. Yes.
And then the president and his men all show up to save the day.
Yeah. And you're what?
And then they blow the tank up somehow. Like this is the worst fighting force in the history of. Yeah. There's no reason they should take over.
And also that tank looked really small, and there were a lot of aliens.
And where did it come from?
I don't know. I'm assuming there's probably other camps somewhere, and that's not the only human camp on the planet.
And the termite base, which is right next to the lumber mill.
Yes. It's
like maybe it is a termite's nest. I don't know. I should look it up. But it looked like a not a bee's nest, but actually kind of did. It looked like a bee's nest on the ground.
Oh, like a hornet's nest.
A hornet's nest, yeah. And it was really lame looking, and especially when they blow it up at the end.
Oh yeah,
it's really funny. You looking at hornet's nest?
Well, see, a termite nest looks like mounds of dirt, apparently.
Yeah, this thing didn't look like mounds of dirt, so they didn't even research that properly.
Oh, so you know what? Maybe they made it look like this one. Like that.
You somehow put that picture on your podcast description.
Oh, no, it looked like that.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so
all right, movie, I take it back. I'm sorry.
Never mind. We looked it up. It looked about right, kind of. Just more structured a little bit. Yeah. It looked a lot smoother on the side.
It did, yeah. Well, it was space termites, so,
Yeah, they have technology and stuff. And their guns they shot like air bubbles.
Yeah, and again, they just blew up logs. Or, sorry, a piece of lumber.
Yes. They disturbed people. That's all it is.
Which I thought was great.
Like, what's that loud noise, huh?
I did find it weird, though, for a movie, like it's somewhat lighthearted, but there's a lot of mentions of rape.
Yeah.
And then there's one scene of rape.
Yes.
It was really weirdly done.
Yes.
And then the next day she's like, meh, whatever.
Yeah, well, no, 5 minutes later she was like...
No mention of it again.
No. Why?
Yeah, her friend tries to, like, comfort her and she,
yeah, I was
coils,
like, I'm good.
and that's it.
Yeah. Also, why... I guess she was supposed to be the sex symbol in the movie for some reason. Why was she the only woman who didn't have on clothes?
Because she's the sex symbol.
Oh, okay, got. Because I was like,
well, yeah, it makes sense. She lives they meet her in the forest, and she's wearing like basically underwear. Her legs would be ripped up and cut and dirty
but the thing is you go to her village and everybody there is in proper layers of clothing, even like other women and all that kind of stuff. It's not like
shoot, I didn't think about it. I was too busy looking at her. I just forgot to think too hardly about it.
Jesus. She said like 10 words.
Her name was Busy, I think, or Binzy. Or
I didn't even bother writing it down.
So again, in 20 years, we don't use real human names. We don't use North American names anymore.
No, we use random alien names that they call us. This is one of my biggest problems with movies like this. They don't even wait like a couple of generations for people to be stupid. They're just like, oh no, they took over last week. What are words?
Yeah.
What?
I'll give Battlefield Earth that. Like, I think it's like many generations later.
Yeah, and so
they've forgotten a lot of things. So that in that movie at least made sense.
And so was like Planet of the Apes was the same.
Yeah,
thing, right? Yeah. But there's so many movies out there just like, oh no, they took over last week and I don't know what shoes are anymore.
Yeah.
You know, what?
An 8-year-old knows what a doctor, I think I said this earlier, but they know what a doctor is. And I hated they kept calling him the Doctor.
Yes.
Because I'm a Doctor Who fan and I'm like, he is not the Doctor.
Really? I was thinking Voyager. The Doctor and Voyager. That's what I was thinking.
Oh man, that's a really common, anyways.
Well, yeah.
Star Trek Corner.
It's because he never chose a name, and in the future he ends up choosing the name Joe. It took him like, 60 years when they come up with that? It's fine.
Especially when they meet everyone in the forest. I'm Bob, I'm Joe, I'm...
Yeah.
They're all like very generic. Oh yeah, sorry, it was only her. I think she's the only one with a weird space... future name.
I don't know.
There was the president, and we never got the termites' names.
Yeah, but she also looked like she was born before the aliens showed up.
Easily.
Yeah, like she didn't look like a child. No. Like they had children in it, so I guess they have an excuse. But if you have adults around you, you would know certain things at a certain point.
So you brought up her home village. Why was that there? Wouldn't the aliens have found that? It was sitting in the middle of a very open field.
I don't know.
Not hidden whatsoever.
Yeah, but apparently it was hidden enough that bounty hunters couldn't find it. And it was apparently the only free village in the area.
Yeah.
And I was like,
which made no sense.
What?
Yeah.
Like you have no cover. Mm-hmm. It's literally a giant open field and you guys are making a crap load of noise.
Yeah.
I don't even...
And there's smoke coming out of the smokestacks. Like, you can see this place for miles.
For miles. People would track you down real quickly.
Oh, yeah. The bounty hunter, this be his big catch.
Yeah. Like, if they were, like, for example, in, like, a cave in the mountainside and you have to, like, go through a thing in the whatever.
Yeah.
Fine. I would give you that.
Well, when they find her, she's hiding in, like, a little hovel. Or, I don't know, in the forest.
But that's actually...
That was hidden, at least. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, their village was not.
I guess she lives there sometimes, and in the village other times.
Maybe, or maybe she was on an expedition to see if anybody else escapes to help them or something.
Maybe.
I don't know.
We're really thinking more than the writers of this movie did.
Yeah, I don't think they actually thought about any of those things. She's like, oh, what if she's in a hovel? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
in the story.
Did you catch when Bruce Campbell called the bounty hunters a gay slur that rhymed with hag?
Really?
I listened to it 3 times. I don't know what else he could be saying.
No, I missed that.
Oh, okay. I'm not crazy.
But I could have been just rolling my eyes at the time.
But it was so weird. I was like, "What? This like? There's no swearing in the movie." And then they just dropped the F-bomb.
Oh,
it's like, whoa.
I have no idea.
Like, that's kind of odd. And this is 2005. It's not that long ago.
Like British cigarette style.
Yeah.
Oh.
I should have asked somebody anyways.
I don't recall.
I swear they said it.
You tell you the truth, from how horrible this movie is, I wouldn't be that surprised. I really wouldn't.
Yeah. Plus the audio is not very good, so sometimes with certain characters it was hard to hear. Like, I don't know why. Bruce Campbell sounded great, I thought, but then other people they meet in the forest, they don't sound like they're talking. How do I say it?
Oh, like that.
The sound quality was just really weird. It was like it was ADR, or they added it in later.
Maybe it's possible.
I don't know.
Cause like when they found that guy who was caught by the bounty hunter originally in the forest and he got shot.
Oh yeah, we gotta talk about that.
And Bruce Campbell just stuck his hand in the side, pulled out the bullet.
Wait, first he jammed a knife in there.
Oh, that's true, and then left
like
a gaping wound.
Yep.
And then they just kind of walked away. I mean, he collapsed, but then he got back up and he was fine, apparently.
I like how he wants to sterilize it, but he sticks a knife in the ground in the dirt. It's even dirtier. He's like, jabs it in. And the guy's walking like a couple minutes later.
Yes. Well, he goes on a trek with them into the mountains.
Yeah.
With no healing time, no dressing on that wound or anything. Nope. He would have just bled out. He wasn't even just like put pressure on it. It was just hanging there. Like
he's not even a proper doctor. He was a slug doctor or something. He said he was
like a chiropractor or whatever.
Oh, was that what
it was a back thing.
Well, but
it was a thing to do with your bones.
He was talking about the space mission, and he had to like investigate slugs or something.
Yes, so, that was one of the things. I don't know. They really because it was a osteo something or other. It's to do with bones.
Well, I mean, he helped the dwarf guy.
Yeah,
and he's like, "You're not a dwarf or a midget anymore. You're a real man." Or it's just something weird like that.
Really
like,
insulting
oh, no.
too.
No, Bruce, no.
Did you see the movie Victor Frankenstein?
No, I didn't. The one with
Harry Potter in it.
And oh my god,
James McAvoy.
Thank you.
Yeah. So in that one, they make Igor not actually a humpback. He just has a cyst on his back.
Okay.
And he has, because of this cyst and the way he's been walking around, he's got a problem with his back, right? Mm-hmm. And when they first meet, it's a weirdly homoerotic scene that's super gross. With this because literally he like takes Igor home and is like, it doesn't tell him what he's doing. Literally stabs something into his hump with a tube on it that sucks on it. He gets like pus in his mouth to empty it out, and then puts him in this harness so he can like stand up straight.
Okay.
And that is what I thought was going to happen in this movie when he was helping the guy with the humpback.
No, he puts him on the ground and straightens his back out.
Yeah, I was like, that's weird.
That's how it works.
You should also watch Victor Frankenstein. It's surprisingly entertaining.
But it's really bad, right?
Oh yeah, it's like it's up your alley.
Okay,
like you would enjoy the movie.
Whenever it's still on TMN, maybe I'll give it a look.
Probably that's where I saw it. Yeah, I was surprised how much I enjoyed
Crave
it.
now, whatever.
It was very it was so well produced. You can't hate the movie, but at the same time, you're just like, there is so much wrong here.
Have you seen the commercials for that new Robin Hood movie?
Yes,
it looks so bad. I don't know who is that for the kids. I don't know.
I don't know who's that for. I have no idea.
When I'm watching Raptors game, it keeps coming on. I'm like, turn it off.
Well, because it comes out in like a week.
Yeah. Robin Hood's cool now and hip.
I like Taron
Egerton.
But he's been jumping some weird films back and forth. Like it's peculiar. Cause he did The Kingsman, then he did Eddie the Eagle. Mm-hmm. And then he did the second Kingsman movie,
which I did not like.
I did not like that one either.
I watched half an hour of it. I'm like, this is not good.
It's really
the first one's
bad.
So good. I don't know what happened.
I don't know either, because I sat there and I was like, oh, it's on TV. I can finally watch it. And I watched it and I was like, no.
And I stumbled into it with the last half an hour where he's. I didn't realize Julianne Moore is the bad guy.
Yeah.
And there's robot dogs or wolves.
Yes.
So weird.
None
of it was good.
Yeah.
Because the first one's ridiculous too, but
in like a good way, and it's also a story that makes sense. Where this one, the story doesn't make sense at all. It just goes all over the place. But yeah, now he's doing like the Elton John biopic, and then he's doing Robin Hood, and you're just like, what?
Fire agent.
But yeah, that movie looks pretty horrible.
Yeah.
It's probably not any worse than the one that Russell Crowe did a few years ago.
I didn't mind that one. I remember seeing it in theaters. I didn't love it, but it was a little more realistic than some of the other ones. I thought, like they talked a lot about the feudal peasants, and I'm a nerd, so I like that stuff. I like the stuff in the village. But you're right, it's not a great movie.
Yeah.
Oh, I like the stuff with the Crusades in the beginning, like.
Yeah, but it wasn't even Robin Hood. Like
it
was all the stuff that led up to him being Robin Hood, but it wasn't anything to do with Robin Hood. And you're just like, can you just like Robin Hood, the origin story or something?
And why is it Morgan Freeman in it? Like,
what the
hell?
Like this is pointless. What am I supposed to do with this nonsense? But this movie seems to remind me of that King Arthur movie that came out like 2 years ago, like that style.
The guy from Son of
and that movie was really bad too.
And that movie did bad. I don't know why they keep making those kind of movies.
I have no idea. Well, because I think
they don't make money
when they work really well, and when they don't work, like, because it's the same style as, for example, Sherlock Holmes, and that did really well.
It did, yeah.
But especially the first one was actually a really good movie. But then the other ones are just like, we're gonna like emulate this style, but they don't know what they're actually doing. Yeah. Like, it's just not working.
Yeah, I agree.
So, I don't know.
Notice how we're not talking about the movie?
Because I think we don't have anything else to say about Alien Apocalypse.
I have 10 more notes. Paper noise, wrestling. Paper. Yeah, I don't know if there's any more.
I just want to say, so I usually don't look at the special features on my DVDs. I don't really care about it.
Yeah.
And like I mentioned, I looked at the special features on this DVD. Okay, so I didn't listen to the commentary. I didn't have commentary on or anything when the episode was playing. I can't do that. It's just listening to people talk while I'm trying to watch a movie, and I will shush you.
If it was Bruce Campbell doing it, I think I might watch it.
It definitely wasn't Bruce Campbell. No. But and I talked about, like, I saw the behind the scenes things where they showed the animatronic thing or whatever. But they also had a storyboard gallery of them storyboarding this movie.
Yeah.
The drawings look like he gave scraps of paper to a 3-year-old. Okay. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, it was clearly a picture of a college-ruled sheet of paper with somebody who doesn't know how to draw or write words properly with a circle and an arrow and, like, stick men. And I'm like, why would you include this? Why would you include this in any... But... It wasn't necessary. You already had the commentary in the behind the scenes. Why did you need that storyboard? Like, it just made no sense. Like, it made no sense at all. It's like, you people are crazy. And the other thing was, so if you play the DVD as well, and you let the whole thing play from the beginning, the trailers.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I want to ask you about one of them. Sorry.
Which one?
Well, obviously the one with the Bruce Campbell has 2 brains in his head.
Oh, yeah. I was just like, this is a thing?
Yeah. So Bruce Campbell's a businessman in Bulgaria.
Or something
I think it was Bulgaria. And him and a taxi driver get killed. So an evil doctor puts... they both get shot in the head, and half their brain is destroyed. So so what he does is he puts the taxi driver's brain into Bruce Campbell's head.
Half. It's half.
Sorry, half. Yeah, right, half.
Yeah.
So now their brains are somehow mixed, and
they're in Bruce Campbell's body.
The taxi driver's talking to Bruce Campbell in his head, and Bruce Campbell looks like it's really bad. He's got a giant forehead with stitching. Sorry. And I don't remember the name of the movie, but I really want to watch it.
It's Man with the Screaming Brain.
Yes, it looks so good.
It looks like this level bad, like Alien Apocalypse bad.
But this one seems like there's more jokes in it, and like
actual
this movie has Bruce Campbell hamming it up a bit, but there's not a lot of
there's no actual humor in it. No. Like, it's just weird.
There's a lot of the stupid no one understands what a handshake is joke.
Yes.
I gotta stop doing that. And then he would reach out and be like, oh, silly me. Like, I don't know.
It did not work at all. But all the trailers on it included Evil Dead 2, Man with the Screaming Brain, like you said. Something called Dead and Breakfast, which is people at a bed and breakfast who are getting murdered.
Yeah, and it's a zombie movie, I think.
Yeah. And Lightning Bug, which is apparently inspired by by actual events. And I was like, what?
Lightning Bug. Oh, wait.
That's the last one.
The girl from that 70s show was in it.
Yes.
In the trailer.
It's apparently, based on actual events. And I was like, yeah, that's...
Sure it is.
Sure. But it's all very grindhouse, though. So I found that part of it entertaining. Yeah. And then the movie started, and I was like, oh.
Oh, more trailers. More fake. Well, not fake. More real trailers. But they could be fake.
And one last thing.
Yeah.
So apparently the aliens, when they invaded, dropped neutron bombs.
Okay.
That didn't kill the trees. Does that make sense?
But Portland was... Remember when they find Portland? Somehow it just sneaks up on them. They're walking through the desert. And like, oh shit, Portland! Yeah. And it's just a barren city landscape, like off in the distance. And then I think Bruce Campbell's like, Portland's surrounded by trees. Where'd all the trees go?
Yeah.
I honestly don't know.
Well, because then they get to the other area and it's obviously filled with trees that are definitely more than 20 years old.
But a neutron bomb would still knock all the trees over.
Yeah, like they would still be down.
That doesn't make any sense.
So there,
maybe writers it's alien neutron bomb.
It's specialized, you know.
Yes.
Doesn't attack wood.
If you're a termite, if you're an alien termite, you would not want to make a bomb that destroys trees because that's what you need.
That's true.
So, okay, there we go. It's got to be that.
But does that mean they came from a planet that had trees, or did they like go out into the world, like the universe, I should say? Find somewhere they're like, this is delicious, and then send people back to get it?
See, I think this movie's an allegory for not destroying all the trees because the mites destroyed all the trees on their planet. And
yeah, but if
that could be us, Tracy. That could be us.
But if we destroy all of our trees, then we won't get attacked by them because we wouldn't have anything that they want.
But we'll have to go to other planets and use their trees.
Yeah, but we use plastic now. It's not necessary.
That's true.
We just have to mine all the oil.
Well, we still need trees to breathe. We have to expand never mind. We have to go into the universe and find more trees to breathe.
Yes, that's true.
The sweet air.
Oh, that's very true.
Yes. I sounded really smart there.
You know what you're talking about.
I'm a scientist.
So we're gonna move from one quote unquote bad movie to another quote unquote bad movie. Mm-hmm. But this quote unquote bad movie is the good kind of bad movie, I find.
Wait, I think I agree with that, but I like different levels of bad. And this is a way different level of bad. Like I actually really like this movie.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed rewatching Alien vs. Predator.
I haven't seen it in probably 10 years, and I was like, oh, am I still gonna like this? And boy, did I ever. It's a fun ride.
It really is, actually. I mean, I find this movie incredibly hammy. Like, as soon as the movie starts, it's really heavy-handed right away. Yep. But, like, it's done in this... It skirts that line of complete lunacy and, like, utter... like action and entertainment. Yeah. Like it just does it the right way.
It helps this has a good budget and the special effects are pretty good and they still hold up. And
they do hold up.
There's a lot of practical effects.
Yeah,
which I was like, I kind of forgot about that. Mm-hmm. Like the Predators, I mean, obviously the Predator's actually there, but a lot of the aliens, like you can tell when they're using CG aliens and when they're not, and when they're not, they look really, really good.
Well, yeah, they still have the dude in the suit running around and stuff. Yeah. It's usually like the far shots where like the aliens like in the air doing some sort of acrobatics. Yeah. That's usually when it's like clearly when
the face
CG.
Hugger is like slow-mo jumping at everyone's face.
But like close up though, like when they actually have the face hugger on the face, it's clearly like a thing that they have on the face.
And it looks good.
You know? And it looks fantastic. Or the part where the queen is like dropping like the eggs or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's so viscous. It's disgusting. Yeah. I was just like,
my fiance looked over because she hates horror movies. She's like, "What is that? Ew."
Well, that's the thing with all alien movies. They're always very sticky.
Yeah.
Which is always one of those things that really bothers me because in every one of those movies, somebody comes across like their drool or whatever, and instead of being like, "Oh, what is that?" and like putting just one finger in it and just like, "Ew," they stick their whole hand, pick up a lump, check it out in their fingers.
What does it taste like?
It's disgusting, and that's how you know that person's gonna die because they touched the goop.
Like, did you notice the rating before the movie started? It'll say I said PG or I think it's PG-13, which
it's PG-13. I think.
Is it though? Because there's a lot of blood in this.
There actually is a lot less actual blood on screen. Oh. There isn't that much actual blood. There's a lot of alien and predator blood.
Okay, I guess that's okay then.
But it's not human blood that you see
right.
that much of.
People being stabbed and you don't really see it.
Yeah.
But the reason I brought that up was because they usually say for action, coarse language, nudity. Mm-hmm. This one at one point said at the end, slime and gore. I've never seen that. I was like, really, slime? You put slime in there?
Yeah.
I swear it said that.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even pay attention to that one.
Yeah, I always check that.
It
pops up.
Because I think PG-13, you're allowed to have one F-bomb and only a small amount of like other swearing. Mm-hmm. And then there's a certain level of blood that's allowed to be shown.
Because like I think of a PG action movie like a Bond movie because he'll kill 100 people.
But you don't see a drop of blood.
But they just fall over. Or, you know. But this movie seemed to have... But I guess you're right. It was mostly alien and predator blood.
Well, because the only time you saw blood was when the alien burst out of that first girl's chest.
Yeah.
And then when that one guy, he gets caught by like the net and the thing is tightening and it cuts into his head. Yep. You see that blood, which I think is a horrible way to die.
You know what's funny? He was in Resident Evil, that actor, the black British guy.
Yeah,
he was the leader of the squad, the SWAT team that goes down. Mm-hmm. What are they called? Raccoon City SWAT. Anyways, and he gets killed kind of the same way, where the lasers, like in cubes.
Oh, they chop him up.
Yeah, remember? Like they're in a room, and the lasers. He keeps jumping over the lasers.
Yeah,
and then what happens is the lasers become all these little squares, so he can't jump through it. Oh, and so I mean, the net didn't actually go right through him.
Yeah,
but as it was happening, I'm like, it's actually the same director as Resident Evil.
Okay.
So I wonder if that was like a little inside joke they had or something. But
maybe.
But anyways,
they're like, "Ooh, let's do this again."
The predator ends up just stabbing him.
Yeah. But all you see is you don't even see the thing actually going through him. You see the thing coming out behind him.
Yeah, true.
You know, so like you don't actually see that much people blood, but you see like alien and predator blood spraying everywhere when one of them gets hit.
I mean, it's acid, right, for one of them, so I guess it's not really blood. I mean,
it's not really. It's their blood.
I'm surprised kind of around the censors though. Like, anyways, I would have thought this would be
but that's just how it works. I mean, it's not real blood. Like for example, the show Samurai Jack, mm-hmm. which I think is skirted censors so well.
Yeah, I've never seen it
because. You've never seen Samurai Jack? Like the
Samuel
TV
Jackson's
show.
the voice, right?
No.
Oh.
No. What is wrong
Never mind, I don't
with
know what
you?
I'm thinking of then.
Samurai Jack is a great show, and he is voiced by Phil Lamar.
Oh, okay.
And...
You mean Marvin from Pulp Fiction?
Yes.
I shot Marvin in the head.
And so it's a samurai going through the future world that's taken over by Aku, the shape-shifting master of darkness.
Oh, of course.
But every episode there's a crap load of battles, mm-hmm. right? And there's lots of killing, quote unquote. But what they did on the show was made all of Aku's minions robots.
Oh, yeah.
So you just see spraying of oil everywhere, not blood.
Smart.
The first time, like, you see blood on him, but it's like, it looks like scratches or whatever, but he never, like, bleeds out at any point in time. And the first time you see real blood on that show was it this year or last year? No, it was earlier this year. They did, like, a final, like, closing to the story, and they did, like, a couple, 8 episodes or 10 episodes or whatever, and they actually had him kill like an actual person, and he didn't realize they were people because he just assumed they're from Aku, they're robots. So he killed her, and that was the first time you saw like proper blood on the show, and I was just like, that's why they're showing it on Adult Swim now. They can't show before 9:00. That makes sense.
What time's Adult Swim start?
9:00.
9:00. Oh, yeah. Before I need to say that.
Yeah, because there's Adult Swim, and then there's After Dark, I think is what it's called, which starts at like 11. There's 2. I
haven't watched Cartoon Network in a while.
Yeah. Well, but I purposely tracked down like Samurai Jack. Like my brother has Cartoon Network. I went to his place. I'm like, we are watching this. This is happening.
Instead of having like quality time. Yeah,
no, it's time for TV shows. Thank you, God. But yeah, like it was so good. Like it was so good. But yeah, that's they were allowed to have that show. That show is for kids. Like they say it's for like 8 and up or whatever. It's not for like little kids or whatever because there are scary scenes in it.
Oh, it's a kid's show. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's a great kids show. Like I can't wait till we get to it.
Okay, you're right about Bob's Burgers and BoJack Horseman. So we'll give it a shot.
It's not like, how do I describe? Like it is legitimately like a cartoon though. It's a cartoon. Okay. I just like A, the character, and B, the way the story is told overall, like visually. It's very visual storytelling over like dialogue stories, and they're adorable and weird and really cool and super violent at times and hilarious at certain points.
Everything I love.
Yeah, when the Scotsman shows up, oh, I love that guy. That guy's great. But you would like the references. They have a whole bunch of references, like historical references in it. Like they bring in like Spartans and kings and queens and all that kind of stuff too. It's pretty entertaining.
Cool.
Yeah,
I do love Sparta.
It's a great show. What were we talking about before?
Wait. I got a good segue. Speaking of Scotsman, Tracy, there's a Scotsman in Alien vs. Predator. The guy from Trainspotting.
Yes, that's actually one of my notes. I didn't even look up his name. I'm like, guy from Trainspotting is my note.
He around that period, he would pop. He was in Black Hawk Down. He was in a couple other movies, and he would pop up. And I really haven't seen him since. Have you? I could just.
Well, he did the second Trainspotting movie. I know that.
How was that?
I tried watching it. I didn't get through it.
I'm too scared to watch it.
I got about an hour into it, and I was like, I can't do this, which is a horrible sign for me because I sit through pretty much anything.
Alien Apocolypse.
Well, yeah, I sat through Alien Apocalypse.
Yeah, you watched it twice now. Yeah.
So that's got to tell you something.
Good,
right?
Danny Boyle. What are you doing?
I don't know. I think I don't even know if they really understood what they were doing by making a second Trainspotting movie. Like there's no way you can bring back those characters in any way, shape, or form that would be acceptable to anyone, because everybody who watched the original Trainspotting was introduced to this manic, depressing, sad world. And yes, he escaped, and people were just like, oh, I wonder what he escaped to. But at the same time, there are people out there who's like, no, he's back into drugs. No, he's a millionaire. No,
he's dead.
He's dead. He's and I don't think this movie got any of it right. Like none of it. Like it didn't bring any expectation to any specific group of people in any way.
Everyone my age has seen Trainspotting, and no one I know have said I like number 2.
Yeah.
Or no one said go and see it.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, no, I'm not gonna bother.
I do have a want to try and like actually like watch the movie from beginning to end so I can properly like critique it. Yeah. But at the same time, I'm like, do I have that time? I don't know.
You have to run a podcast, Tracy.
I mean, I got a lot of things to do.
There's a lot of editing. I got a lot of things to do.
Yeah.
You have no time.
So, but I actually did really like his character in the movie.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, like it was, but that's what he was. He was in Wonder Woman. Ugh. I knew him in something else.
Wait, like the most recent one?
Yeah.
As who?
He was the guy who was happy and sang songs in like the troupe in the 1940s.
Really?
And yeah,
15 or 16.
I don't know.
It's World War I, Tracy.
Oh, that's right. It's World War I. Shush.
100-year anniversary, by the way.
Yes, that is true.
Shout out to World War I. He was in that? Oh man.
Yeah, he was totally
every time
the guy.
I see him, I'm really happy.
He was totally the guy in that movie.
You sure?
You know what is? I don't even know what the character name was.
Well, there was the Native American. There was the Egyptian guy.
See, what I hate about IMDb on the computer is that the pictures of the people are super tiny. Oh yeah, I forgot. Ewan Bremner. He played Charlie. This guy.
Oh man, you're right.
Boom! I was right. Yes.
Good movie, by the way. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
He's ringing the bell now. Good. He's still acting.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he is. And he was like, and again, there's something very endearing about him because I also remember this specifically because I really enjoyed him like his character in Wonder Woman. And I kept thinking, I'm like, they didn't do enough, or they didn't talk enough to him in that movie. I kept thinking.
In Black Hawk Down, he a shell goes off near his ear, so he can't hear anything. So he's running around, and he's just like, "What? What are you saying?" And it's a really good performance. Like he's definitely one of the standouts in the movie, and there's a lot of good actors in it. Yeah. But he's really good in this movie. Like, and when he wakes up and he's surrounded in the cocoon, and like, oh, he's got a chance, and I'm like, oh no, he doesn't. I remember now. I know what happens.
You're like, no.
He's gonna kill a face hugger, and then 1,800 eggs are gonna.
Well, the problem is that he shot it once and it was down. Then he decided to shoot it 8 more times, and then he was out of bullets, and he was like,
he should have shot himself.
Or saved it for some of the others.
He could not shoot. There was probably 100 other eggs.
Yeah, but that may have given him time for the chick to show up, because she shows up.
That's true.
Right?
But by then, the Spanish guy, or the Italian guy, has already been
taken. That is true. That is true.
Yeah. There's a lot of actors in this. Like, there's the Irish actor with the scar. His name's Flanagan or something.
Yes.
He's in Sin City, and he shows up in a lot of IRA movies, and he's so noticeable because it's a real scar on his face. I don't know how he got it, but who else? The main girl, I know that she's in The Affair. She's in one of the seasons of that. I don't know her name. I think she's the only woman to like helm a Predator movie, or not Alien movie, obviously, but
yeah, her name is Sanaa Lathan.
Yeah, she's in The Affair. That's all I know her from. And then the squad leader, he's from Resident Evil.
Yeah, he's also one of those people that shows up randomly in a whole bunch of stuff.
His voice is so distinctive.
Yeah. I
love it when she's the opening scene. She's climbing a mountain. He calls her, even though he's at the top of the ridge. I'm like, why? You're putting your life in danger for no reason.
Yeah, but also,
why does she have a cell phone?
It's a helicopter on the edge of like an ice flow. Yeah. He would have caused an avalanche, and she would have heard that helicopter landing. FYI. True. Even with a silencer helicopter or whatever they're called.
Oh, what?
No, because there's a quote unquote stealth helicopter, whatever they're called. I don't know.
They put silencers on the blades.
But it has something to do. It's not even the blades it's the actual
something muffles the noise.
That comes out of it, right?
They're still pretty loud.
Yeah, they're still pretty loud. Like if she was close to her, so she would have heard that no matter what, you know.
Yeah. It was a pretty ridiculous scene.
It was a very ridiculous scene,
but it didn't bother me. I was like, I'm still on board.
Yeah, I still enjoyed it. I was just like, come on, this is great.
I like in this movie compared to Prometheus, which I guess is in the same universe. In Prometheus, none of the specialists want to be there.
No, but in Prometheus, it's 60, 70 years in the future, 80 years, 90. It's in the future.
But nobody wants to be there. Like you remember like Guy Pearce is giving the speech, not Guy Pearce. Anyways, the main guy's giving the speech. He's like, we're going to try and discover new life. And everyone in the audience is like, when do we get paid? Yeah. And they're scientists. And like, at least in this movie, they're all kind of gung-ho to investigate this pyramid under Antarctica.
Yeah, well, I guess it's more about like exploration and stuff. But I think it also has to do with the fact that at that point, we already know Wayland Industries is a corrupt, company at that point in time. And they probably only got hired for the money, except for the people who proposed the project.
Heroes,
quote unquote.
Do you know when it becomes Wayland Tyrell? That's what it is in the Alien movies.
Oh, I don't know.
Because that's why it's in the Blade Runner universe as well, because it's Tyrell Corporation.
Okay.
And in the Alien movies, it's the Wayland Tyrell or Tyrell Wayland movie company. So they merge at some point.
I don't know why.
I don't either. It's a really nerdy question, but
it is a very nerdy question.
So there's the Alien, Predator, and Blade Runner. They're all the same universe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which I kind of like.
Well, I guess it makes sense with Blade Runner and
it's Ridley Scott.
It's still Ridley Scott, yeah. And people just wanted to see aliens and predators fight each other, so they made Alien versus Predator.
Did I ever? I was so excited when this came out.
Oh my god, yes, I was too.
I saw it in theaters.
I was kind of disgusted how excited I was about it. I'm just like, this is gonna be garbage. It's gonna be amazing.
But it's gonna be fun garbage.
Yes. Oh, and it really was. I'm gonna buy
a big bag of popcorn and.
Well, and it was like I think the thing is too. It's sort of because Predator 2 Despite Danny Glover's fantastic acting.
I love Predator 2.
It's so bad though.
I really like it.
But I did like the fact that Bill Paxton gets to get killed in that one as well. He's the only guy who gets killed by a Terminator, an alien, and a Predator.
And Titanic? No, he doesn't. No, damn. He lives in that movie.
So I thought that was fantastic. But that movie is. It's bad, like on a different level. Like it's bad on a different
I don't like it
level.
more than one, but I really enjoy that movie.
Yeah.
For some reason, my dad let me watch it as a kid, and
which is probably not
it's
a
so
good thing.
violent, but
it's very violent.
Like there's they're ripping open Jamaican gangsters in the condos.
Yeah,
and
he runs through a subway train and kills a bunch of people. But the pregnant lady
except
gets
for the pregnant
lady,
lady, yeah. That's when Bill Paxton dies. I love at the end though, where the alien just throws him like a blunderbuss or like a 17th century gun.
Yeah,
I think that's so cool.
He's like, "Here you go.
We've been here for centuries." I love that.
But that's also where they made the connection with the aliens and predators, because when Danny Glover at the end gets on the Predator ship, he has a alien skull.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but it also doesn't make any sense based on what you know about aliens later on, because they have, it's only an exoskeleton. They don't have an internal skeletal system.
Oh.
But the alien skull on their ship makes it seem like they have a skull inside of their exoskeleton, which doesn't make any actual sense.
I knew that. Crazy. Why would they do that? Ruining the franchise.
Exactly. Like get the facts right, people. Come on. And the reason why I remember that too is because they actually make that apparent in this movie. Mm-hmm. Because when the Predator helps the girl and gives her the skull,
that scene was so cool.
They just empty it and they're like, "Here you go," and there's no skull or anything in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that's one of the reasons why I remember that scene. I'm like, oh yeah, in the Predator 2, they actually show like an alien skull. It's not like their head.
Ooh, I gotta watch that.
Doesn't actually make any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they have the wall that has like all of the skeletons in it, and they have like human skeletons, and they have a whole bunch of different ones. But that's the one I remember. I'm trying to think.
I don't remember that scene that well, but I haven't seen 2 in a while.
I haven't seen 2 in a very long time too.
But I watched it a lot as a kid. Which
one of the things I remember too is when the Predator like broke into like people's house to like cauterize his wound or whatever, and he has like his med kit. He's in the bath. I love that, and then you hear him scream.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. Well, I thought that was really cool because before that point, you thought they were just warriors and didn't care if they lived or died or whatever. But because they have a med kit. Yes, there's the survival instinct that you expect from any hunter, whatever. Mm-hmm. They don't actually want to die. But at the same time, like, I didn't think they had, like, a med kit where they, like, heal their own wounds and all that kind of stuff. Because that wasn't shown in the first Predator movie in any way, shape, or form. Yeah. He was just covered in weapons and a bomb.
Well, he doesn't really get hit until the end, too.
That's true. That's true.
He battles Arnie.
But yeah, that battle sequence is awesome. It's amazing.
I even like the Predators movie. It's not a great movie, but it's. I think I like Alien vs Predator more, but it's a fun, dumb, turn your brain off movie.
The latest one, right?
No. The one before that with the guy from that 70s show. Yeah. That 70s show again.
I have a soft spot for Topher Grace. I don't know. I really want him to do more. Yeah. And Adrian Brody.
Oh, he's in Black Klansman.
Yes, which I haven't seen.
I haven't seen that
yet.
We should get on that.
Yes, we should get on that.
Especially for Oscar time. But yeah, he plays David Duke.
Yes,
so
I do know that.
Yeah,
which makes me like, I know I want him to do more, but that's really not what I was expecting.
Yeah, he's not gonna be cracking jokes and.
A movie that he did that people don't seem to like is In Good Company, which I thought was an adorable movie.
Don't know it.
It's got Scarlett Johansson and Dennis Quaid in it, and
don't know.
I found it absolutely adorable. I kind of liked it. Yeah, and I liked him playing a douchey version, I guess, version of himself in like Ocean's 11 and 12.
Oh yeah.
That was great. And he was horrible as Eddie Brock though in Spider-Man 3. But everything about Spider-Man 3 is bad.
Except for the emo scenes. I like those.
No, it's the opposite.
Sorry.
It's emo. You got it right. It's just awful.
All of it is cracks me up. I'm like, what is this doing in this movie?
You don't like the whole dance sequence?
Oh, I love it. No, I actually do love it. It's so out of place. It's great.
What
it's a bad
you
movie,
find good and what I find good are two very
as we know.
Yes, apparently. So a thing So this gives me one of my few opportunities so far to talk about something else that I like, which is the X-Files.
Oh.
Because what the icebreaker that they get on in the beginning of the movie is called the Piper Maru.
Is it a ship in the X-Files?
It is.
From what episode? Is it the movie? I can't make it go on. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's from from an episode of the show. It's the episode where they first encounter the black oil.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's the ship. It's the French ship. Goes into a salvage boat.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Piper Maru. And they get infected by the black oil.
Isn't Krychek in that episode?
Yes, yeah. Krychek ends up in that episode and all that kind of stuff. It's season 3, episode 15. But as soon as I saw that, I'm just like, X-Files! Wow. Yes! But I don't, like, I'm trying to, like, I guess I didn't do any real research in this because all I did was look up X-Files episode, Piper Maru. That's all I did. Mm-hmm. But I'm confused as to why, like, is it an homage to the X-Files, or was the Piper Maru part of some actual ship at some point in time? Because I know, like, the X-Files, they used a lot of things that were actual, like, real events in certain ways. Like, they talk about, like, Operation Paperclip and stuff, and that was apparently, like, a real thing that happened and all that kind of stuff. So I was thinking, I'm like, oh, maybe the Piper Maru was an actual, like, ship at some point in time that actually did something
that
somewhere.
Seems weird they would both use that.
Yeah, and also it was 10 years apart they used it, right?
How do you spell Maru?
Maru. So I was just like, that's kind of weird. Because theirs is an icebreaker, and...
Yeah, I'm only getting X-Files and Predator. I don't think it's a real thing.
I don't know. But,
is it the exact same ship? Like...
No, because in the X-Files, I don't think it's a submarine. It's not a icebreaker. Okay. Yeah. And they find it somewhere. I have to rewatch the episode to remember exactly where it was, but it wasn't in it definitely wasn't Antarctica.
They don't go there till the first movie.
Exactly.
Oh no, that's not true. They go season 1. They go X-Files Corner. Season 1. They go. It's like a thing. The Thing ripoff.
Yes.
Yeah, I think.
That's
probably Yukon.
No, that's the Arctic. It's not Antarctica.
The Arctic? Oh, okay.
Yeah. And also that other one is not the movie one. Isn't Antarctica? It's the Arctic, isn't it?
I thought it was Antarctica. Seems cooler.
Yeah, it does kind of seem cooler. But they should have shown some penguins. That's all I'm saying.
There was a penguin in this movie.
There was a penguin.
It almost scared
that makes it correct then, right? Because a lot.
That's right. The South Pole.
The South. That's where they are. They're not in the North Pole, right? And a lot of movies where they're like, "Oh, we're going to the North Pole," or "We're going to the Arctic," and they have penguins around. You're just like, that is scientifically incorrect, sir.
But why is there only one? Don't they live in a group?
Oh, maybe he just wandered away. Maybe the other aliens ate the rest.
I hope the alien doesn't hurt. I hope the Predator doesn't hurt him.
I hope not.
He thinks his fin's a gun.
Yeah. Or no, take them home as pets. Whatevs.
Oh. No, but he would just rip out his exoskeleton and put it on his wall.
Like, you have been conquered! Done!
The mighty penguin.
Oh, poor penguin. Then there's that one girl that looks like Switch from The Matrix.
The one with the really gelled hair.
The spiky hair,
Spiky hair.
I kept wanting her to go, not like this. Not like this. Like when the thing's bursting out of her chest.
I hate that death.
But it's so, like, I find actually that's the most poignant death in the movie. Like, it's just so, like, you feel it the most, I find.
It's like in the Avengers, Infinity War when Spider-Man died. That got to me.
Spoiler alert, guys.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Oh, you've all seen it.
Hopefully by now, yes. But yeah, no, it's true. And that scene in the Avengers did have, like, everybody like...
Yeah, I teared up. I didn't cry, but...
Oh, yeah.
It's not too hard to make you cry, but I just teared up for that one. Like, it's a superhero movie. Like, Logan made me cry.
Oh,
I was bawling.
Logan is... not just a good superhero movie. It's not just a good X-Men movie.
It's not just a good road trip movie.
It's not just a good or buddy cop movie, quote unquote. Like they're not cops, but like buddy movie. You know, it is just all around a good movie. It's well acted. It's well scripted.
Story's great.
The story's great. The production is fantastic.
Action sequences are good.
Action sequences are amazing in that movie.
Yeah.
Oh my god! And the casting of X-23. is that girl needs to do some stuff.
Alicia calls her Wolverina.
Wolverine. Oh, jeez.
She is awesome. She kicks so much ass.
Yeah. Like, that kid is great.
She kills so many generic henchmen.
Yeah. But my only problem with her, though, is that I think she did a really good job with the role. Mm-hmm. But she also didn't do a lot of talking overall. And I usually find, especially with actors, as soon as you start actually talking, that's when they tend to be like, oh, you're really not that good. You know?
Well, she's also a kid, so she didn't have to deal with that.
That's true. Acting, like, she didn't have to really deal with it.
I think she's Mexican or Spanish, so she might not speak English too well.
Too well? It's possible. Like, I'm not...
Sorry, very well. I don't speak English too well either.
So maybe you guys should get together, go to some ESL classes.
Yes, we'll learn together.
Yes.
Tell me about Hugh Jackman.
Well, but yeah, like I find it's just such a good movie.
Yep.
Like, it's just overall
one of my favorite
good.
superhero movies.
Yeah, a lot of people are just like, oh, I don't want to watch it. It's just a superhero movie. And tell you the truth,
the first two Wolverines suck. So is that
well, yeah. No, but what I was gonna say is that I don't really. The way the movie is structured, you actually get reintroduced to the characters. Mm-hmm. So even if you are not a superhero movie fan and you don't read comic books and you're not into Wolverine or anything, even if you're not, I would even suggest you can just watch that movie as a standalone and you would get it.
I mean,
I think
no one's flying. There's no one shooting fireballs at each other. Really, like.
But it's more than that, right? It's a movie that's technically part of a huge franchise, but I also think it's a movie that stands by itself because you still get an introduction to Wolverine again. Mm-hmm. You get an introduction to Professor X, and then everybody else is new, so you get a proper introduction to everybody. So it's a movie that can stand by itself even if you haven't watched anything else.
I like that it's not setting anything up. It's not like it's one and done. I hope it's not a sequel, but the probably
well, they're planning on I think they want to do like the new X-Men series. That's the X-23 and the kid she escaped with.
Oh, okay.
I think they were still planning on doing that.
Because they would never use that universe for the MCU because Professor X kills all the X-Men in this universe by mistake. But the movie, Logan hints that he blew up Xavier's School for the Gifted.
Yeah, but that has to do with the whole...
And killed a lot of people.
If I remember correctly, the Onslaught series came out in the late 90s, and in that...
Oh, it's in the comics.
Yeah, there's a whole thing where Onslaught is...
Sorry, what's Onslaught?
Some comic book nerds are going to get really mad at me with this. So Onslaught is this, like, crazy being that shows up and starts killing people and starts killing mutants and all that kind of stuff. And nobody knows who it is, and Xavier and the X-Men are trying to hunt them down, and every time they encounter, they get defeated and all this kind of stuff. But it turns out Onslaught is a manifestation of all of the darkness that's inside of Xavier. Oh. Right? And it's actually like Onslaught is Xavier, pretty much what it is. And Onslaught he's like kills a crap load of people and all this horrible stuff happens. If I remember this correct, I'm gonna get emails from like comic book nerds and stuff. That's fine. I literally haven't read any of this stuff in 20 years, so you're gonna have to.
Come on, Tracy, tip of the tongue. You should know.
I know. I gotta go find it or listen to like a podcast about it or something. But this is, if I remember correctly, cool. This is what it is. And so what I think this movie is after that happens, right? And Wolverine is what's left, and a few mutants are left, and.
But I think in Logan, it's just because his brain is deteriorating. I don't think it was. I mean, I guess I didn't get too much into it, but it sounded like there was an accident at the school which wiped out not just a bunch of mutants, but a bunch of
that was part of the Onslaught series, right? Because the only way to kill or stop Onslaught was to kill or stop Xavier, right? And I think it was alluding to possibly part of that storyline. Okay. Right? So that's what I took from it. Because you can't do an Onslaught story the way they did like the X-Men, the Civil War story where you like cut down the amount of people that are there and you just have like those 8 people fighting each other. Like Onslaught, you need hundreds of thousands of random superheroes like fighting this dude, and everybody from everywhere has to show up, or else the story doesn't work properly.
Oh, wow.
So I'm not surprised they skipped over that whole thing.
Well, you know what? Now with Disney owning Fox,
I still don't. It's not. I don't. It's one of those series that they would have to do a full on what they did with like Civil War and stuff. Like they have to do 20 movies here, 20 movies here, and then people get together over here, and then something happens over here, and then everything happens for them to make that movie work. It's not, or even if they put that in like a TV series that's like 4 seasons long, they can do it.
Yeah.
But there are so many pieces to it that if they try to do that in like a single movie or even 2 movies, it's not going to work. There's just too much in it.
Okay.
And I think that's one of the reasons why people really like the way the MCU is being handled right now. It's being handled the way the comic books are done, right? Mm-hmm. It's small pieces of a story and then a mega event. Small pieces of a story so they can fit everything in a mega event. Yeah. And it works. Yeah. It's getting tiring, but it works. Yeah.
I'm a little super. I don't really go to them anymore.
I still do. I can't help it. I gotta see stuff. The thing is like those movies are so made for the big screen.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like you can't, even if they're not the greatest, you gotta experience it on something big or you're not gonna get anything from it at all. It's a big screen movie. When
Disney Plus comes out, are you gonna watch the like Loki show and the Scarlet Witch show?
I don't know about that. I'm kind of interested.
It's too much.
I'm kind of interested in the Loki show, but I'm like, because I'm even over like Daredevil and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
me too.
Haven't watched the most recent season.
Latest season apparently goes back to where he's I haven't watched it, but
training and stuff.
Yeah, he like loses the will to become a superhero, and he has to like rebuild it and through the season. It's like that was season 1.
That sounds boring.
I'm done with the Netflix shows.
Like I didn't even
Marvel shows. They're too long, too much filler.
Yeah, and I didn't like Jessica Jones.
I like season 1.
I tried, I couldn't do it, and I tried to watch Luke Cage too, couldn't do it.
I like season 1 as well, but
I didn't.
They're too long.
I didn't bother with Iron Fist. Yeah, Iron Fist. And then I tried to watch The Defenders. That's what it's called. And I couldn't do it either. I just... It's true, it's too much. And then they have that show that's on TV as well.
Alex watches them all.
Agents
of S.H.I.E.L.D., Arrow...
I watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
That might be DC.
Arrow is DC. I can't do Arrow at all. I can't do Supergirl. I can't do...
I don't like any of the superhero shows, really.
I do enjoy Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., though. I do enjoy that one still. It's kind of jumped the shark, though, a little bit. But so did Gotham, and I had to give up. I really had to give up Gotham. Gotham was just like, oh my god, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, I never started Gotham.
Yeah, don't. I know.
I don't love superheroes as much as everyone else does.
Yeah,
I really enjoy the movies, but it's the same thing every time.
You know what really bothers me about a lot of the superhero movies is that you've got like 80 years of stories to work with, and they seem to butcher the stories 90% of the time. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, what are you doing? like they're like, a comic book is pretty much a storyboard to make something, right? Just visualize this. And it is made in a visual form, right? So it's not like translating just like a written book. Mm-hmm. That takes a little bit more finesse, and yes, you can take license to change things here and there. That's fine. Yeah. But a comic book is a storyboard. And there are so many stories out there that are good, that are really well done in the comic book form, that they switch it over and it is just garbage for no reason other than some guy was just like, oh, nobody cares about this. Oh, nobody cares. Oh, just throw this in. Oh, let's make more explosions though. And you're just like, that's not what it's about. Like, that's not what it's about at all. Mm-hmm. And you're missing it. Come on.
There is one I'm looking forward to, the HBO Watchmen. If they do it right.
Oh, yeah, because they're doing the TV show.
Yeah. So they have a lot more time to tell the story. Mm-hmm. I don't know that much about Watchmen, but what I do know, I do like.
It's over there.
Oh,
I can lend it to you.
It wasn't. It's so big. I don't have time. And I don't remember the name of the team behind it, but they make good stuff, and so I'm really looking forward to that.
I mean, like the Watchmen movie. This is probably one of the
I do like it.
The few compliments. Zack Snyder did that one, right?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, I think this will be one of the few compliments he'll ever get from me.
Dawn of the Dead,
but
that's good too. Yeah. I was so worried about that remake. I was like, it's actually pretty good. I like fast zombies now.
Well, I'm okay.
Oh, and 300.
Oh yeah,
everything's in sense.
I did like 300, didn't I?
Yeah. Well, it's all those shirtless men with their...
Sorry. Well, yeah, it's more that than anything else. Okay, so 2 compliments for Zack Snyder. Mm-hmm. Based on the content that he was given, he did a decent job with Watchmen. Mm-hmm. I understand why he took out certain things, and I understand why he kept...
The pirate?
Well,
I've heard about the pirate.
Yeah, well, because it's a cautionary tale, it's a kid reading a comic book, and the comic book is this pirate thing. Yeah. But it mirrors sort of issues that are going on in that world, right? And when you watch it intertwined with the story, it makes sense, and you're just like, and it clarifies certain things and whatever, and it makes sense. But in a visual format, that would have been A, difficult to integrate easily, and B, it would have made the movie twice as long, which is just it was long enough, right? And then there's like, for example, the monster at the end, I believe, is like a octopus monster or something that comes out of the explosion. Yeah, it's something. It's the monster at the end is ridiculous. Is all I'm saying. So I'm glad they just made it an explosion. Just got over it. Because that monster was stupid.
Tell us how you really
so I understand why he made a couple of the changes, but with the content that was provided, and they wanted to make one movie. Mm-hmm. He did a decent job. Okay. Like, he definitely did a decent job. But he did what he usually does, is he focused on the visuals over the story.
And he hasn't made a good movie since then, I don't think.
Oh, definitely not, no. Because even like, Sucker Punch? I was so excited to see that movie. And
I was too, and I don't know why. I guess the trailer was really good.
The trailer was really good.
But movie sucks.
But the movie is visually arresting. Like, it's beautiful. Yeah. Like, it's beautiful to look at, but it does nothing. It does absolutely nothing. So,
and he wastes Oscar Isaac.
Oh my god, yes, he's the bad guy in that. Yes, he is. Oh my god.
And he's good in everything. And
he's wasted. Yeah, he is. Really he's completely wasted in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know Oscar Isaac was in Alien vs. Predator? He was one of the guys when the puppet... I'm sorry, I'm lying.
I was like, what? No, he's not.
He push out the little head from the alien's big head.
He's just like,
Isaac out!
I guess we should get back to talking that movie.
Yeah, we went off the rails.
Yeah. Look, superheroes are cool. What do you want?
Yeah.
What else? Anytime you have like a movie that has aliens in it, or like a military situation, and you give people specific instructions, there's always one dude who just doesn't, and it's the guy from Trainspotting. I get that, like right at the beginning. They're like, stay in communication, don't go anywhere by yourself, and what was the third thing? It was 3 things that he went against all 3 things.
Keep talking to each other,
stay in communication. No, I already said stay in communication.
Constant communication. Don't go out by yourself, and crap, I don't remember.
Oh, I forgot what the third one. But he does all 3 things within the next 5 seconds. Yeah, and you're just like, dude, they say this for a reason.
They all. I mean, the alien, especially the Alien universe. We've talked about this before. They're the stupidest characters in movie history. They do everything.
The first 2 movies, I disagree. Everything after that, I agree with you.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Alien 3 and on. Mm-hmm. Okay. Even though I like Alien 3.
Well, because even in the first movie, yes, they go to the alien planet, but guess what? The thing goes through all of his layers and stuff, and it's one person. Yeah. And they bring him back in like a quarantined area.
Yeah.
But the android says he's fine now, he's okay, and they let him back out because they believe this android is telling him correctly, and it's all a lie. So they do things right.
And also they think the alien is small. They don't realize it's grown so
It's
quickly.
growing, exactly.
Okay, that's true.
And then in the second movie, the military guys and Ripley, they actually follow instructions.
Yeah.
It's Paul Reiser, who goes on, and he's quote unquote the bad guy who does ridiculous things and causes trouble and like starts like them down a bad path. Oh, right?
And Newt, she ruins everything.
And yeah, well, they weren't expecting Newt, but yes.
Just kidding. And her adorableness.
But that's because her like strap breaks and she ends up going through the thing. And she's like a
50-year-old woman now, or 40-year-old woman.
Well, yeah, this movie. What year did that movie come out? 1984?
80 something, yeah.
Something like that.
She came out for they had an anniversary recently, the last couple of years.
And she showed up.
She came out for a panel, and she's a school teacher now.
Okay.
So she'll tell her kids, "Oh, I'm that little girl." So cool.
That is really cool, actually.
Yeah,
but that was like but isn't that the same thing with the little girl from Jurassic Park too? Like she was just like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Oh, she doesn't act anymore?
She doesn't act anymore. She did like 2 movies and
because the kid still acts, I think.
The boy, right?
Timmy.
Timmy. Yeah. But the girl quit, and I think she's like a real estate agent or something. Like, yeah, I heard about that one.
Yeah.
But a lot of people just quit. They like, oh, I've had my taste of it. I'm good.
Making movies isn't fun.
No, it's time consuming,
it's long days.
tiring.
I mean, I'd rather do it than my real job. But I mean, we think it's glamorous work, and it's not really.
It's not. No.
And especially like if you're not going to go back superheroes, but if you're standing in front of green screen doing the same thing for 5 hours, and you got to keep the enthusiasm up.
Yeah, and every time you have to do most of the time you have to do a take at least 5 times. Yeah. Because even if you do it perfect once, you have to get it on different angles and all this kind of stuff so they can cut it together in certain ways, and there's a lot of especially like action movies and stuff, there's a lot of downtime between sequences so they can like set things up and all that kind of stuff. I remember when they were filming Suicide Squad in Toronto, and I stood on the corner of Yonge and Dundas because they shut it down. They were the sequence in the movie where Batman's on top of the Joker's like Ferrari or whatever?
Not really.
That's fine if you don't remember. It's fine. But it's literally he jumps down.
I didn't finish it.
You don't need to. You don't need to. It's really bad.
That's what I heard.
I'm really surprised they're still going ahead with the second one.
It made a lot of money.
It actually did. Yeah. But there's a sequence where they're just driving down a street and Batman jumps on top of the Joker's car, and they were setting up that sequence. I stood there for, it was 11:30 at night. I stood there for an hour, and it's not that they weren't filming. It wasn't that people weren't running around doing stuff. It's they were just setting up the scene to shoot it. And I was like, I gotta go home. Like, I have things to do. And it's now almost 1:00 in the morning. And you guys are still putting up wires. And you're taping things on the ground. And there's a guy over here doing a thing.
And it's probably not even Ben Affleck doing the jump. It's probably...
Oh, yeah. It's just some stunt guy, right? Yeah, it's a stunt guy. I just thought it would have been really cool to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. My favorite thing, though, is when... there's a scene in the movie where a helicopter crashes. They set it up at Bloor and Wellington for like days. That set was there, and you could just walk past and you're like, "Hey, crashed helicopter!" Like it was cool. I have pictures of it.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, actually, it was pretty cool. Because I was on my way to like the Union Station or something. I was just walking down the street and I was just like, "What is going? Oh, they set up for the thing." And I stopped, took some pictures.
I remember in late high school, I was in Hamilton, and like Raccoon City, because like it'd be like a post of a mailbox.
That was filmed in Toronto. Yeah,
a lot of it was filmed in Hamilton.
Yeah,
and, so they just had the scene set up, and we were allowed to walk through it, but I didn't realize
what you were walking through.
Yeah. Like, oh my god, that's Resident Evil.
Well, because in one of the movies, didn't they blow up like City Hall or something?
Well,
one of the final battle sequence was on top
Resident
of like
Evil 2, she's running down City Hall as it's blowing up behind her.
Yeah.
It was Hamilton and Toronto, and then like that opening scene with the bridge and they quarantine everyone in. That's somewhere on the Gardner. Yeah,
and didn't Dawn of the Dead was not in like
Dawn of the Dead was in Toronto
as well. Yeah,
I don't know what mall it was though.
Oh, I don't know. I know the part of the beginning where like they're in the house. And
it's supposed to be in Milwaukee.
Yeah, it's Brampton.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's Brampton. But
I love that opening sequence.
Yeah. It is a really like intense opening sequence. Oh my god. And when she's walking down the street and like the ambulances and like the bodies are in like the body bags, like trying to get out of them and stuff, you're like, what is going on?
I really like that movie.
Yeah.
Zack Snyder.
Then there's like the Hulk was filmed in Toronto too.
Yep. A bunch of scenes at U of T.
Yeah. Well, it's the Incredible Hulk, not the Hulk.
Everyone knows that.
There's a difference, guys. Repo Men was filmed in Toronto.
Repo Men.
I'm sorry. I enjoy that
Emilio
movie.
Estevez?
No.
Oh.
What are you talking about?
There's a...
I know there's a movie called Repo Men by Emilio Estevez, but there's also a movie that came out in the early 2000s that has Forrest Whitaker and Jude Law in it.
No idea.
You should watch that movie. You should watch that movie. No, Emilio Estevez is Repo Man. Oh. This one is Repo Men.
Okay.
There's a difference.
Why are you bringing up that movie?
I don't know. That movie's filmed in Toronto, and it is...
Kick-Ass was filmed here?
Yes, it was. That is true. Yeah, you see Eaton Center. Like, they drive past Eaton Center.
I was at Scotia Theatre, and there's a scene where they're walking out of the movie theater, and the audience is like, oh my god!
That's for real!
Yeah. We all had a moment.
Yeah. I love when you, like, know the filming locations of stuff. It's great.
It's like, that's not Toronto or Chicago. Sorry, that's not New York or Chicago.
Well, and then you have movies like Scott Pilgrim that actually takes place in Toronto, filmed in Toronto. Yeah. It looks clearly like Toronto. You're like, this is great.
But it's supposed to be Toronto.
Yeah, it's supposed to be Toronto.
I'm glad Edgar Wright kept it there.
Yeah.
Kept it here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like Toronto is a character in the Scott Pilgrim book, right? Mm-hmm. It's like Woody Allen's movies, like New York is part of the character of the... Yeah. Like, if his movies were somewhere else, it would make no sense. Really.
Don't forget dating younger women. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's part of it as well. But, like, Toronto is literally one of the characters in, like, the Scott Pilgrim books. Yeah. So, if it moved out of Toronto, some of it wouldn't make any sense. Mm-hmm. Like, it just wouldn't have worked. Yeah. So, I was really happy that they managed to do it. And they did it really, really well.
They did.
Yeah.
Sucks the movie bombed.
It shouldn't have bombed,
It's a cult hit now, but it did not do well.
No, at the time it did not do well at all. No, because he was supposed to direct one of the Spider-Man movies or something.
Oh, and he lost it because of that?
Something like that, yeah. It was one of the big ones he was supposed to direct.
He was going to do Ant-Man.
Oh, was it Ant-Man?
But he left because he wanted to make it his way, and Marvel wants it a certain way, and he's like, this isn't going to work.
Yeah. Didn't that also happen with, like, Phil Lord with and... Who's the other guy that did the Lego?
Oh, the Lego movie. Yeah, they were supposed to...
they were doing Star Wars.
They were doing the Han Solo movie.
Yeah, and they're like, no, this is how we do things. And they're like, no, you have to do it this way or else we're not doing it.
So then Ron Howard...
And, and he finished the movie.
But they let Taika Waititi... I always say his last name
wrong. Taika Waititi?
Waititi, thank you. They let him... Thor was his baby, and he could do whatever he wanted. Thor 3.
Yeah.
And it's great. If it's a movie that no one cares about, but that movie is so funny.
But that movie is also filler.
Yeah, but
it is absolute filler.
But it's so entertaining.
It is entertaining, but it doesn't do anything, which frustrated me.
It doesn't matter. But
I laughed through the movie and stuff, and at the end of the movie, I was just like, "What was the point of this?"
I like that.
I don't know. Look,
I love to laugh.
I need to move the story along. We need to get things going.
Hey, we met the Archangel, whatever her name is. She's in Westworld.
Valkyrie?
Valkyrie, thank you.
It's like Archangel.
She's supposed to be in the next Avengers.
Oh, yes, she is.
Because she's blowing up as an actress, so they want to get it.
But she's also in space with people, isn't she? Wasn't she with like Thor or something? And didn't somebody just survive something about the battle? No, because she was on the other ship from Asgard.
Yeah, she's still alive.
Yeah, so she's still alive.
Unless she disappeared in the universe, but apparently not.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, that was just Earth. Never mind.
No, it's the whole universe.
No, really?
When he snapped the finger, it's the whole universe. Half the universe is gone.
What a dick.
Yeah, that was but that's why they really wanted to stop them. It wasn't just Earth. Mm-hmm. That's why if the Guardians of the Galaxy had to show up, not just for the stone, it's for like everywhere. Mm-hmm. Like it's the whole galaxy. Half the galaxy is just blinked out of existence. Sorry, spoiler alert.
Yes. I love when we say it after we've blown something.
I know, we're so horrible. I guess we should go back to Alien vs. Predator.
We barely talked about it.
Which is sad because it's a good movie. Like, I think it's a solid action movie that's got like good sequences and it's like well put together and stuff. It's got the right amount of cheese to it.
It is a little hard to talk about it because it's like, oh, that scene where the alien kills the one predator is so cool.
Yeah.
And then he marks himself and like,
it's
hard to.
So it's called Alien versus Predator, but the alien and the predator don't actually meet each other until an hour into the movie. Yeah. It's like halfway through the movie, and that meeting is amazing.
It's so cool. There's 3 predators and tons of aliens.
Yes.
The first 2 predators die. Like the first one dies pretty quickly.
Yes, he dies right away.
Yeah.
Because
that alien's tail made no sense. Where it's swooping out, like that was way too long. Yeah. And then it just stabs him and pulls him up, and looks him in his face and just throws him aside. I was like, yes! What's the little head that comes out of the mouth called? The one that Oscar Isaac pushes? What's that?
I don't know.
That must have a name.
It probably does.
Anyways.
Okay, typing into Google.
Second alien head? But, wait, does he just swim away or doesn't he go into the predator's mask? Or maybe that's Predator.
No. That's after the second guy dies.
The second Predator,
right? Okay. Because so he stabs the one through the belly, right? Yeah. He turns around, looks at him, and then he flings him away.
Okay.
And then the other alien who's about to kill the dude, right, turns around and goes to attack him, and then they have that long battle sequence. Yeah. He gets thrown through walls, and they throws him by his tail and all that kind of stuff. They go through a floor, and then
the acid gets on his suit.
Just rips it off, and then when the alien kills him, that's when the thing goes through his head. It goes through that predator's head. Yeah.
I like how they mark the predators and the aliens, so you know which ones are which. Like the second predator to die, he's got a claw mark on his face. So yes. I thought when they did that, I'm like, okay, this is the one that she teams up with later. And I'd forgotten that, oh no, there's 3 of them. And,
there's 3, yeah.
And then the one alien gets caught in the predator net, so he's got green burns, he's got rope burns all across his head.
Yes.
It looks so cool.
It looks really cool. Yeah.
But you never see that alien again. He lets his mom free, the queen alien, and then you never see him again. I was like, aw, I like that alien.
It's apparently just called the Inner Mouth. Okay. Yeah. It's off of the fandom powered Wicca. It's for the Xenopedia.
We'll call it the Isaac head now.
Okay. People are going to be like, what are they talking about?
Sean's an idiot.
I'm not disagreeing, if you noticed.
Well, good day, Tracy.
I said good day. But yeah, that meeting of the alien predator is so good.
It's epic.
And I'm just yes, this is a fantastic. Because even when the predator is just hunting the humans, you're kind of yeah, that's cool.
This is generic. Predator killing people.
Yeah, whatever.
He should have wiped them all out.
Yeah, and then he's about to kill that one, and the tail comes through him, and you're just it's happening.
I think when I saw this in theaters, everyone cheered.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
So cool.
And then when the third guy comes and he kills that one predator, and then he's he's running the girl down, and he gets trapped in that one room, and an alien comes up behind him trying to kill him. He just puts his sword and half the head falls off, and you're yes.
And it's slow. It's
and it just slides.
And it's all practical, which I love.
And it's so well done, and you get into it. You're just this is what's supposed to happen. Yeah.
I don't know why 2 was so bad.
Well, 2
it just didn't have the same. I don't know.
It didn't.
All I remember was it was in a small town, and the opening scene, a father and his son die. They're hunting.
Yeah, well, because it starts right when this movie ends, right? Oh. So the alien comes out of the predator's chest on the ship.
And it crash lands.
And then they crash land.
That's right.
And it's the kid and the son that are oh my god, what is this? So, people do in movies, they go towards the danger instead of away from it like normal people do.
Yeah.
And then they find the alien in the thing, and the alien attacks them and kills them, right? And then one of the things that really bothered me about that movie, and I know this is a trope in horror movies and stuff, is that you don't kill children or babies, that kind of thing. But the predator ends up in a maternity ward in that movie, and the maternity ward turns into an incubation center for the aliens.
Oh, cool.
No, not cool.
No.
It's super disturbing when you watch the movie. It's awful.
Like, I love zombie movies, and I hate there's no zombie kids. There should be zombie kids.
Dawn of the Dead, there was one.
There was one.
That jumps out of the pregnant lady.
I don't know what the population of kids, the ratio to adults is, but there should be, like, 15-20% of the zombies should be under 15. They probably wouldn't survive, and they'd all be zombies, and... I
also think they would also they're the people that would get eaten first, not just bitten. So they wouldn't be zombies. They would be eaten.
Oh, I see. Is someone okay?
Yeah, because I think as an adult,
I never thought of that.
You would run away, get attacked, try to fight away, get bitten, and then you would turn into one. Whereas a little kid, you can't fight, can't get loose. You're eaten.
The reason there's no little kid zombies is and in horror movies they don't want a lot of little kids because kids are a pain to film with. Because you can only film for a certain amount of time,
hours and stuff. Yeah.
They have to have school. The parents got to be there. Like it's difficult. So they'll minimize as much kids as possible.
Well, and especially with like putting on zombie makeup and stuff, that having them half the time that they're allowed to be there cuts into their filming time, right? Yeah.
So maybe I don't mind when kids die in horror movies.
Well, one of the first movies I noticed, I noted that in, because you're a horrible person.
I am a horrible person.
Is the movie, I haven't seen this in a really long time, but even I, at the time, was like, this movie is garbage. The movie Mimic, do you remember that movie?
Oh, yeah. Sarah Pauly, right?
Was it Sarah? No, it was Mira Sorvino.
Oh, that one. Sorry. Yeah. I'm thinking of where, never mind.
Yeah. And, like, they have, like, street kids get killed by the monster in that movie, and I was just like, oh, they actually killed the children? What?
They're supposed to be plucky and run around and solve the mystery,
or something, or they're supposed to get away at the last second.
Let's not kid ourselves. In Stranger Things, those kids should all be dead many times over.
Not denying that.
They'd be the first ones to go.
Yes.
Don't want it to happen, but
which would be horrible.
But yeah, you're right. There was a lot of kid death in 2.
Yes. Yeah.
It was darker, and I think in 2 they're in a small town. It's not as fun as a pyramid that's shifting every 10 minutes. Yeah, but that was cool. Yeah, but near the end they stopped shifting. I don't know why. Once the guy with the beeping watch dies, it doesn't shift again. Or maybe shift once more, but then they're there for like another half an hour.
Yeah, but I also don't like. Oh yeah, it doesn't become like a point of focus anymore. Yeah,
I mean, I guess it could be off camera shifting.
Well, because even when the girl and that predator team up. Yeah. And they kill one more alien, and then they magically are outside already, and you're just like, but I thought you guys were like deep in the pyramid. Shouldn't it take you like an hour to get out there?
I guess the predator knows the layout
or something. I don't know, but they got there way too quickly.
Yeah, way too quickly.
I think. Yeah. But I like the fact that when they got out, the aliens were like waiting for them, and they're like, "We're gonna kill you now." And you're like, "No, you're not. Yeah. We're gonna blow you up." Also, when they get to the surface and she is running from like the queen or whatever,
that was cool.
And she's under the water tower. Yeah. And then you see the predator like spin around and come up from the corner and like, oh my god, I love that scene.
The whole sequence is great.
It's fantastic.
Like the whaling station's being destroyed. Every time they throw the predator or the queen. That's something. I love it.
Yeah. That's the thing about this. Like, they just did some really good action sequences that are such fan service. Yep. It's ridiculous.
And I like the main girl too. She's actually, I like her in this movie.
Yeah, she doesn't come on. Like, I find my problem with a lot of like female action stars is they go one way. They either go like, she just looks good, so let's put her in the movie. Yep. Or to be like a badass, you have to be this like gruff, mean person
with no personality.
Yeah. They never go like and I think that's one of the reasons why you like her and you like Ripley. Yeah, like she's nice, she has a brain, and she has a proper personality, and that's why you like her character. Pretty. Yeah, and she's pretty. Yeah.
I mean, they didn't beat her up or anything. It wasn't like unnecessary cleavage.
Yeah, no, except for the end, especially the first one when she's like they're in the escape pod and she has to like you're like, was that necessary?
I mean, I didn't notice that.
That wasn't necessary. But like it's really hard for some reason to find that like middle ground in a lot of these movies. Like
it's like male writers don't know how to write a female character.
I know, right?
I mean, sorry, white male writers.
It's so weird.
I know, it's so strange.
What? But yeah, like you believe that she is a person who is strong enough to do what she's doing, like physically, and she's competent, and she actually has like a focus and a personality and all that kind of stuff. So I thought that was good.
Oh, and we haven't talked about I can never say his last name, Lance Henriksen. He's Bishop in the second movie.
Oh,
in Aliens.
Yeah. He's Wayland.
Yeah, he's Wayland. But so I guess when the corporation starts making the androids, they use his face.
Yes.
And I thought that was really cool. I like that they brought him back for this.
Yeah, Lance Henriksen.
Henriksen? I don't think I'm saying
no, sorry, it's Henriksen.
Henriksen. It's like Swedish or something. Or...
Yeah, it's
I think it's
Henriksen.
Henriksen.
Yeah, okay. Henriksen. Yes.
Yeah, I can never say it.
But I also like the fact that also ties into the fact that where Bishop gets his name.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm just like, oh, that's great.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
I like that they did that. Sorry, I like that they did that.
Yeah. And I like they did quite a bit of fan service to people who are fans of Aliens and people who are fans of Predator as well. So, and I think, and also maybe that's why it worked so well is like the fan service level was good on both sides, you know, and like they dug pretty deep into, like they created a proper mythos around like, historical theories and all that kind of stuff. Cause there's a whole thing about how, you know, pyramids show up all over the world and they don't really make any sense, and you know there's been a thing
aliens must have built them,
but that's also where Stargate came from, right? So and then they actually like bring that into this that maybe it really was aliens.
The Predators built them.
Predators built them, you never know. So I thought that was really cool as well. Like, but the thing is that they didn't try to, like they did it well enough that they didn't over explain it, that it got like boring. Yeah. It was just enough for you to be like, oh, okay, I get it. That's all you needed.
Yeah. Yeah, the pyramid expert's like, oh, that's every pyramid in civilization. So I was like, that's fine. That's all I need.
That's all you need. Yeah. It's good. I really enjoyed that part of it. Oh, it was good. They had a gearing up sequence for the Predators at the beginning, which I thought was hilarious.
Awesome.
It just reminded me of that horrible Batman movie that I was just like, no.
Which one?
Batman and Robin.
Oh,
you know, when they had the batsuit nipples.
The bat nipples,
you're just like, what? Why is this necessary? None of this is necessary.
Thanks, Joel Schumacher.
Oh, the worst.
You know, I want to see a movie with the Predators of the non-hunter Predators, because someone's got to clean that ship. Someone has to be the engineer. I want to see a movie about them.
There are like a series of books based on predators that takes place on the predator planet. Oh. Actually, that's one of the things. So my brother, he read a couple of them. That's why I know about it. Yeah. And he was thinking. So apparently, in one of the books, there is a female human that trains predators on the predator homeworld. Right? Yeah. And he's pretty sure that she is supposed to be that person that ends up in the books. Like, that's where they got the idea. She stays
on Earth. She's probably going to freeze to death, by the way.
Yeah, they just leave her. There's nobody on the ship. They've killed everybody except for her.
Here, take this spear. Not warmth or... Well, she's in water, but...
Well, I mean...
there's got to be somebody manning the ship.
But they killed everybody.
But... Somebody must have stayed behind with the ship. You can't just leave a ship there. Oh, that's true. Especially in an icebreaker, like you know.
But you don't think that they killed everybody on the ship and everything?
No, because the people on the ship are probably just don't have guns. Do
you think that matters?
Yeah, predators don't kill people without weapons. What? That's their whole mythos.
They kill people without.
Not really. That's why, like in Predator 2, they're gonna kill the female cop, but because of the baby.
Yeah, he doesn't know, but she has they don't kill her because she's pregnant, not because she doesn't have a gun.
No, but she has a gun though, and they knock it out of her hand and they don't kill her, and then they don't kill Wayland because they see he's weak and
he's not worth their.
There's no sport in killing a weak old dying man. Mm-hmm. Then when he does his flamethrower flare thingy, he's like, all right, screw you. Yeah. But no, that's the thing. He watches for them people to grab. Like there was a couple times in this movie where he got the predator vision and. When someone grabs the gun, then he kills them.
I guess.
Yeah, like, there's no... I guess in there... This is what my dad told me when I was a kid. There's no sport in killing the humans unless they have a weapon. So it's not worth it.
Yeah, but what's wrong with hand-to-hand combat, though?
With what?
Hand-to-hand combat.
No, but maybe they're civilian or they...
But, for example, like the movie Predators, like you were saying before, they're dropped on that planet without weapons.
Aren't they? I thought they had.
I don't think they had weapons in that movie.
They get them at some point.
Yeah, well, because like I know the samurai guy ends up with a sword and he fights that one dude.
No.
But then there's like Johnny Trejo at the beginning. He doesn't have a weapon and he thinks he hears somebody's voice and he just walks over. He doesn't have a weapon. They kill him in a trap thing.
I think in the Predator's case, they're warriors being dropped off to fight other predators, so it's okay in that case. I don't know. I'm talking out my butt.
I don't know. Okay. Yeah, because I was like, no, I don't think. I think if you are healthy and they think you're worthy, whether you have because even in the first Predator movie, at the end, Arnold Schwarzenegger doesn't have any guns or anything.
No, but they've been fighting the whole time, and this is like the ultimate soldier that Predator wants to kill. Yeah, so I think that's different in that case. And they're both hunting each other. Mm-hmm. So maybe the rule isn't that hard and fast that they have to be holding a weapon, but they don't seem to target people who don't have weapons. Well,
they don't target people who they don't believe is worthy.
Yeah,
yeah. They have to. It's somebody they believe is worthy of being hunted.
Yeah, because it doesn't. I don't want the skull of this weakling. You know, if they killed me, no one's gonna be like, oh, look at the lame skull.
Also, bringing that up, there's an episode of Samurai Jack where they kind of make reference to all of this.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, where it's like these like crazy lion hunters hunt Samurai Jack because he's a worthy opponent. Mm-hmm. But they don't kill him at the end because you're like, no, you're too good. We can't kill you. Like, you deserve to live. Yeah. You did it.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah, it's really good.
Okay.
But, yeah, like, I think that's why I kind of enjoy Predators. Like, I enjoy them. Like, I think they're cool.
Yeah.
There's something like...
There's only so much you can do with the aliens.
Yeah, that's true.
After, how many movies? 3, 4, 5 standalone movies now. 2
Predator?
aliens. Oh, no, the aliens, I mean.
Oh, Aliens. Yes.
I'm forgetting Prometheus and...
Covenant.
There's 6 or 7. And then you've got the Alien vs. Predator movies, too. So
there's 6. There's 6 Alien movies.
Okay, and then so there's 2 Alien vs. Predator. So we have 8 movies total. Mm-hmm. There's only so much you can do with them.
It's true.
Like, it's cool seeing facehuggers jump, but how many times can you see that, really?
But it's more...
It's the Predators, you can change things up.
It's more about... how people handle their interaction than it is about the actual alien.
Yeah.
Right? Because no matter what you do, like, people are scared of spiders. Look at arachnophobia. You're like, oh, spiders, this is going to be interesting. And it was. Yeah. It was a good movie.
I don't know if I've ever seen it.
What?
John Goodman's in it, right?
No.
He's the exterminator.
He's the exterminator. Yes, that is correct. But it's
poster, but I don't think I've ever seen it.
Yeah, you show. Yeah, it's pretty good.
I hate spiders.
Well, that's why it's called arachnophobia.
Yeah,
it's called that for a reason. But yeah, like, I mean, spiders are things with 8 legs that crawl around.
I'm also deathly afraid of acid blood, so that's...
for a good reason.
Yeah, acid blood.
All you have to do is kill one of them and clad yourself in their body, and you'll be fine.
Why have they hurt her pretty face?
It's the mark of a warrior.
I know. Shows actually, it's a pretty cool scar.
Yeah. I'd be like...
I still dig you.
Like, where'd you get that scar? Well, an alien from another planet. I killed one. And then another alien was like, let's mark you.
Top that fad. She's on a
Oh, yeah, that's the guy that was like the second guy who's like...
Oh, no, I just made up an...
Oh, yeah.
Lame...
That sucks.
Yeah.
Whatever. That's a proper name.
Yeah.
It was so correct that it was like...
I don't remember anyone's name from the movie, except Wayland. Can you name one person's name? I can't think of her name.
No, I can't.
No.
That's horrible.
When I watched it last night, I don't remember any.
God. All I remember is there was a cool fight sequences, stuff happened, things were cool, everything was amazing.
Yep, love this movie. No argument here. That's why I signed up for it. And then I got the bonus of Alien Apocolypse.
Oh yeah, the bonus. What's wrong with you? You're crazy.
It just reminds me of so many B movies I've never seen.
Yeah, but
it's endless.
Oh God, no! That movie, I swear to God, I thought that movie was like 4 hours long when I was watching it.
I wasn't on my phone. I wasn't playing any games. I just sat there and watched it.
What?
I enjoyed it.
I had to actively like stop. Put your phone down. Put it down. No, you are taking notes and you are watching this.
Well, if you have any other bargain bin ones, I'll sign up for those ones.
Oh, I have one. I got like Pauly Shore is Dead.
But that's an actual Hollywood movie. Oh no, sorry, Pauly Shore is Dead. No, I've never seen that. Oh yeah, that's like within the last 5 years, isn't it?
No,
it's a documentary about him dying. I mean, fake dying, and then.
Oh no, it's more than 5 years old, but yeah,
okay.
it is a fake documentary about him dying, faking his death or whatever.
I saw him when I was in LA at the his mom Mindy owns a comedy store. It's called the Comedy Store or the Comedy Shack, and he was there, and I was a little drunk, and I wanted to shake his hand, but he was talking to somebody. I felt like such an ass after. I was like, oh, I'll never bug a celebrity again. A celebrity.
But you actually went up and be like, hey.
Yeah. Oh, can I shake your hand, man? Like I was so excited to see him.
Yeah.
And I just afterwards.
Did he say no, or did you actually shake his hand?
Did I tell you the story? He took his phone out and he started filming me, and he started rubbing my head. It was the weirdest thing, and I'm like, is he mad at me? I didn't know. But he did shake my hand.
I kind of feel like I should look up this video. It seems like something that he would post.
I looked on Twitter and Instagram like a week after, and I didn't see anything.
Oh, okay.
So I thought it'd be like, stupid fan won't leave me alone, or
oh no.
I was like, oh, I'm that guy.
But that actually kind of seems like something he would say.
But he was talking to somebody. I shouldn't have bothered him.
Yeah, it's true.
That's my Pauly Shore story.
What is wrong with you? That's so rude.
I do feel bad.
You should. You should. I also have some movie called Comic Book Villains that I don't remember buying. I don't remember ever watching. I don't know what it is. So we'll see when we get to that one.
Well, C's not for 2.5 years.
I know. Yeah, I have no idea.
Well, also for Christmas and birthday when I start giving you movies.
Oh, jeez, that's gonna get dangerous.
I'm gonna find that Bruce Campbell brain one.
Oh no.
Half a brain movie.
Did you watch the extended version that's on there?
I don't know. I don't think so.
How did the movie start?
Her climbing the mountain.
Oh, okay, so no, you didn't then.
Oh.
Because so in the extended, in the menu there is an option.
Damn, I would have watched it.
But the extended version literally is 2 minutes at the beginning of the movie.
That's it?
Yeah. And what it is they actually show what happened at the whaling station in 1904.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. It's really not that cool because you see the whaling station, it's the whole set, and it's one guy who's running, right? And then you see he bumps into a predator, and then you see over his shoulder an alien shows up, and then the predator and the alien start getting into fight, and then it goes back to the beginning of whatever you saw.
I love stuff about Antarctica, and I like abandoned set, like, homes, towns. So I would have loved that.
That's a weird thing.
I know. I also like shipwrecks for some reason. I don't know why.
I think it's because you're a history buff.
Yeah.
Because that would go into history. And
1904 whaling station. They did exist. I don't think one was. There's some mysterious disappearances at some of them, but it's just people falling to the ice, or polar bear takes them away or something. It's not aliens and predators.
It's
not a secret pyramid below them.
You have no idea.
The worst place they could possibly build that whaling station.
Yeah.
Right above an ancient pyramid.
Well, it is just a giant ice flow.
Yeah.
So it actually confuses me as to how that was built down there.
Yeah, right.
Because they do mention that Antarctica, there's evidence that Antarctica used to be a land mass at one point
for
in
sure.
time.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I didn't write down how far down it was.
2,000 feet, wasn't it?
Was it something like that?
Like the driller's it's going to take a week to drill.
Yeah, to drill, yeah.
I don't know why when they see a beam from space, they don't see the beam, but they see that a hole's been cut in the ice at a perfect 30-degree angle. It's gone through some of the buildings. I'd be like, all right, I'm going home.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense as to why you would continue.
None of them seem that perturbed about it.
No.
I'd be like, okay, nope. Bye, guys.
And they're like, this isn't technology from the Russians or the Germans, so,
And they're right. There's no one up top, watching ground. They wouldn't just send the whole team down, which, they leave the security guys back. Mm-hmm. But if somebody else, if it wasn't the humans, they would have left a team there. And then when they find no gear at the bottom, again, all right, let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
But, then we're going to have a movie.
So, and yeah, that's true. Then you want to have a movie. But you have the greedy people who are like, oh, we have to leave our mark on the world and we've got to do this first. We've got to be amazing.
So
that's why Wayland. No, but that's why Wayland put everybody in danger. He's like, no, I need this. We have to do this. We can't leave. And yes, he put a bunch of money into it, but as far as we can tell, that's pocket change for him. So it should be fine.
Why is his company so rich, big? Do they explain it? Maybe one of the other movies?
Not really. No, because I don't think in the other movies they really explained it either.
Yeah.
But I know in the ones in the future, it's all about like technology and stuff because they developed, terraforming technology.
They're the company bringing that deals with all the space travel. It looks like. And,
So maybe it's really just like advancements in technology, and he probably bought up a bunch of tech companies, all that kind of stuff.
The Tyrell company in Blade Runner is robotics, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then who knows what? I guess Wayland must be because he says he has his own satellites and
it's probably
so
just
maybe
it's some sort of technology, something. Yeah. Oh, so that maybe that does explain like where like Bishop and that other android comes from. Maybe they're early versions of Replicant.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Yeah.
No, they wouldn't be early. They'd be later models. Because Blade Runner's in what? Blade Runner's 2049. That's like the first Alien movie's way past. It's definitely
past that, right?
I think so.
Yeah, but I thought the thing is though is when Deckard kills, for example, that one replicant who's like the snake charmer or whatever, and shoots her in the back.
Yep.
She like bleeds out. She doesn't have like
the
gooey,
bishop goo,
milky guts. Or whatever.
Yeah, even in the first movie, yeah, that's right. It's like milk blood.
Yeah, because apparently the first one of the replicants that they meet in that first movie was born in 2017, so technically we're in the future. Well, technically, since Back to the Future, you know, we're in the future. It's official, guys.
Well, even Terminator 2, Skynet's taken over by now.
2007. No, but in the TV show.
Oh God.
In the TV show, they skip over that whole sequence and past her death. That was in the third movie. Sarah Connor's death. That was in the third movie. Also, in the recent movie, Genesis, that also bypasses everything that was in the previous movies.
Good point.
So, stuff.
I take it all back.
Yeah, you do. Actually, it was on TV like 2 days ago and I watched it.
Genesis?
I don't hate the thing.
Okay, it started off good.
I don't hate that movie. Like, I don't hate it.
It lost me at the helicopter scene, like in the city. They're flying through the city on these really bad CG helicopters, and I was like, everything from there I didn't like.
I didn't rewatch the whole movie.
I like it. The bridge scene's cool. I like how they explain Arnie's aging. So I like a lot of that stuff. It's definitely one of the better of the newer ones. I do like T3, but which no one else does. I love all the crazy car chases in that movie.
I like T3 not because of the movie, but because how they end that movie makes the most sense within the universe. Yeah. And if they didn't have that ending, then that movie would have been pure garbage because you just would have ruined the whole story up to that point. So I like the fact they stuck to their guns on that thing. Like, Skynet is going to happen. It has to happen or else there would be no Terminators, right? So I like that aspect of it. But like, as a movie itself, I'm not recommending it to people. Watch the last 10 minutes. You're good.
I wonder how many movies we talked about today.
Oh my God, that's true. I need to stop. Well, I guess we'll have to have you back another time to have pure nerd talk.
Yay!
Wait,
and bring up Tracy. What are you talking about? Look at these muscles.
Click posting on Instagram. What do you think of these muscles?
I gotta stop doing visual gags.
Yeah, they really don't work that well for podcasts. Not at all.
And I'll do air quotes, and I'm like, oh yeah, what am I doing?
Yeah, that's why I keep saying quote unquote.
Only Tracy can see it.
Yeah. Nobody else is seeing it.
No. It just sounds stupid.
God. I understand you. That's what really matters.
That's all that matters.
I hope.
Friendship!
Yay! Love it! But yeah, I do definitely have to have you back again, and because I do have other bad movies in there and movies that you like, we'll have to have you back to chat some more.
I'd love to.
Yay! Well, I guess that's it for this episode of Off My Shelf. You can follow along on Instagram and Twitter at ohmyshelf, or you can send me an email at ohmyshelf@gmail.com. Next time, we'll be talking about the Alien Quadrilogy. What?
I won't be there, though.
Oh, no. Mike will be back. It'll be fun. Hope you'll be here to listen.